Hey, what up, Sean the Sheep? Is my audio good? Yeah, I guess so. I hear, I see it pulsing. This is not a fake live. I was gonna go silent for like 20 minutes, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't have it in me. I should have went live and just stayed silent. That would have been awesome. I shared it out on my two prize channel. We'll see who rolls in. Tricky's over there hanging with Lexi Lou and fucking New York City Smokey and shit, but there's not too much going on right now at the moment. I got like 10% of my subscribers. I got two people in here. That means that's 10% of my subscribers due to the fact that I only have 20 subscribers. So I keep sharing it out, but nobody really wants to like subscribe to another channel that which is from another channel, basically backup channel as well. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, let me give me a minute. Give me a minute. Invite guest, copy, paste. Okay. Put it in the comments. Should I pin it? I haven't forgot how to do this, but it just takes me a second or two. I could. There it is, right there. I think. Oh no, wait. Okay, there it is. There's the pin comment. Now I just got to pin it. I'll be right back. Let me pin it real quick. I should be already on my. Let me see. Hold up. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it should be pinned now. I got like 15% of my subscribers. Jeez, I'm freaking famous. Well, how you doing, Sean the Sheep? What up, Mr. Truth? Oh, Mr. Truth came in with the truth. Mr. Truth, I found out Mr. Truth is Timmy by the fact that he got at unbarred in his channel. He's got that little icon, that little symbol. I was not expecting such a turnout. 4 people. That's more than last time. Last time I had like 3 or 4. It is what it is. This is just a last minute live. Truth be told, this is literally like a last minute live. I was like, where the fuck is Mikey type of situation? I'm sure everybody's looking for Mikey. I mean, Mikey usually goes live on Friday nights and Saturdays. It's like, where is he at? He went live earlier, and then as soon as I typed in, "Hey, Mikey, I shared you out. I hit the like and I subbed." As soon as I typed in that, like a few minutes later, he's already rage quitting. Like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck does that? What the fuck is this? Kind of shit is going on? Owen said, "I'm Gaza." Oh no, you're not Gaza. Why would you be advertising Child the Sheep?
Yo, is my
Why would they
avatar up
be?
by any chance?
Was that?
Or is my avatar on the screen or is it missing?
It's still missing.
Oh,
It's still.
all right. Sorry. Yeah,
You've been
you
working
can
on
go.
that for a while now.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Are you on a
Yeah,
laptop or?
I'm on my phone. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Samsung and Android. Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
I just
awesome.
changed my phone like 2 months ago. So like that's kind of when it started. 'Cause sometimes I'll watch like replays of myself a little bit. If I've been on the panel for a while, like see how much bullshit I said. And I'm like, where the fuck's my avatar? And I'm sure it was there at some point, but no, apparently Tricky was telling me it hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah, like almost. Last time I seen your avatar with you on panel with your avatar and everything with that little black sheep, it's been
Yeah.
like almost a month, like literally half a year ago.
Yeah, because I tried to change it to a Hornet when like Queenie, Tricky, Mac, I think you were on the panel, everyone had to put on the Hornet. I think
Mm.
Mikey was on there. And they're like, "Sheep, where's yours? You got to throw one on there." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I do have one. I'll throw it on there." But it wasn't. I was like, "Yeah." They're like,
And
"It's
then
just
it
a
never
white
popped up.
thing." Yeah,
Oh shit.
uh, whatever.
and when you pull up your Google avatars, when you Google your avatars, it should show because you got an option to have up to 10 avatars.
Oh yeah, no, I just have the hornet and the black sheep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Yeah, something went wrong there. I don't know. Cause I know on this Google account I only have this Five Guys emblem, which I need
Yeah.
to. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
would.
eventually I'll go on like my computer and stuff, but I think that we'll see if that changes it. But I just like being on my phone because I can walk around and like do shit, you know. So
No,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
what's up? Yeah, I'm surprised
what's been
Mikey's
popping?
not live.
Yeah, I know
Uh,
that's caught me off guard actually this week, especially this week. I seen him Thursday night going into Friday morning. He was live. He had
oh yeah, he didn't like that. He doesn't like it when his channel ends up like that. Like,
oh, okay, that's what happened. Cause when I that's what happened today then. Cause I told him I shared him out and he was out of there. He was like, all right.
oh yeah, he likes to keep it low key. I think he doesn't like when people like start popping in from all over the place. He fucking hates that. And then he
Yeah, he
starts,
had Jake Mully up there. Jake Mully,
yeah.
I don't think he was doing anything bad. I mean, you know,
Oh, that's the guy that was talking about real shit. It's like mom's grave. Yeah, I wanted to jump up there and talk to that guy, but I was like, eh. I was like,
yeah,
Mike wants to go to bed and shit, and I was like, yeah, whatever. You know, I
yeah.
kind of
I was,
wanted to battle that guy. He was pissing me off a little bit.
yeah. He's like type of like arrogant type of shit. But anyway, but yeah, he told me to jump on his panel like 2 or 3 days ago, and I
Is
was
he?
like,
Does
nah,
he?
I'm
Is he
good.
always like that? Is that his thing? Or like
Yeah,
where he
yeah.
like? Oh yeah.
That's the
Okay.
guy I was telling you about. He's got like one zingers to where he just go up there and say, "You're ugly, you're fat, you're this, you're this." I'm like, what the fuck? He
Oh
makes no
yeah.
sense. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
guarantee he was on mics just repeating himself versus
Yeah.
having an actual conversation. You see what I
Yeah.
mean?
I hate when people do that, but yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta find like I said, try and find a way to fucking twist it on them if that's what they're gonna do. Just keep
Yeah, yeah.
if they just keep repeating the same shit, then nothing you say will ever get through because they're either like
Uh,
they're drunk or they're all coked up or there's a lot of people that do that shit on here. So yeah.
I caught like a little bit of it. I fast forward through the shit. I like who? I was like, damn, Mikey had a entire show yesterday, and I missed it. I slept right through it, and I rewind, I fast forward, whatever, and I stopped at that part where Mikey's taking off his shirt. He's like, oh, look at them ribs. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh
Instead
yeah,
of
I kind
saying,
of remember that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's just I don't
Yeah.
know. Every character is different, but you know,
Yeah. I think you can tell sometimes he'll talk to Ali like while the stream is going, like privately. I think like to like and Ali like calms him down. I think maybe that's my opinion.
oh, in the
Where he's like,
backgrounds,
and sometimes Mike, he just likes to. Sometimes he even likes to be on the panel by himself. Like if you
yeah,
pop
yeah.
on while he's playing like something to do with Trump or Jamie Lee Peterson, he'll hint to. He'll be like, "Yo, get off the panel. Oh, I just want to listen to
Oh
this."
yeah, yeah. That's what I think. That's what happened today when I seen him, and I don't know why I missed it, but it had already he had already been live for an hour, and then I was like, oh shit, he's been live for an hour.
Yeah, I saw that, and I thought he was gonna be like live for like most of the day. So I was gonna pop in like after like an
Yeah,
hour and say hi to him. But yeah, no, he canceled the stream. And I was like, well, okay. I didn't bother to go and check to see why he canceled it or whatever.
yeah.
But
Well, now you know. Apparently he canceled it because I shared him out. Shit. I didn't know it was
yeah,
that serious. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
he might pop on later. I think like 2 weeks ago he popped on at like midnight my
Oh
time,
yeah,
which would have been
yeah,
like 2 a.m. for you or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dang.
You never know. I think he didn't like the fact. This is my guess. Last night, he probably also didn't like the fact that Tricky went live and kind of took the limelight away, maybe from his channel, possibly.
Oh yeah. Now there's not.
That's
Well,
my.
that's the only reason why I'm live now. I mean, you could clearly see the title, like where you at,
Yeah, but
88. Yeah,
you're written like down, like yo, where you at, kind of thing.
yeah.
That's like where everybody. Yeah, but like Tricky kind of kept it like wanted to keep it over on his side or whatever, and I don't know. Like I
Oh
popped
yeah.
into Smokies and he's Tricky's on there, and I was thinking about jumping on there at some point, but I was like, eh, I
I
just don't
thought.
know the crowd enough
Yeah, I know.
still.
Alexi Luz and Tricky and Smokey's the only ones I know up there. And I was gonna jump up there too just right now, but then I said, "Fuck it, let me just create a live."
Yeah. Well, and then I was watching Capio's live. You know Internet Monster?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was on the panel. He's
Oh shit.
sometimes entertaining on a panel when he's had a few drinks, and
Oh
him
yeah.
and Capio were arguing about Ron. So that was kind of
Oh Lord.
interesting. Where he was like saying "Leave Ron alone" kind of thing, and he was like, "No, Ron's a pedophile," and then Internet Monster was like, "Well, you're a fucking pedophile because you fucking promote
Oh
that
shit.
Thailand shit or whatever."
It's like they're both looking in the mirror while talking to each other.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. Like where the P word stuff fucking comes up, and then it's like, but then yeah, it's kind of I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
When they say it over on like the American side, most of it's kind of like made up, kind of, but like on the Thailand side, there's like gone somewhat some truth to it in a weird way because
Oh yeah.
that's that shit
They're
actually happens in Thailand, sadly,
yeah.
and it's like
It's based on actual events. Like
don't promote that type of economy to a certain degree, you know? Stay away from that shit. But yeah,
oh
I
yeah.
don't like
Like I've seen Ron. I seen Ming, his ex girlfriend from 2 years ago, maybe two and a half. I seen his girlfriend go on her social media and saying that Ron did this to her and this and that, and the other show bruises. I'm like, damn, that sounds just about right.
oh yeah,
Cause
yeah, yeah. I remember the free I still don't really get all that, you know. Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. There's so much shit that happens that you just stop keeping track of it to a certain degree, you know. Like I used to
oh
keep
yeah,
track of kind of like the
cause
past and stuff, but I just like you never know what's true technically and what's not true, you know?
no, I know, I know. I
Unless
like
it
to call out. I like to call out Ron whenever I see him on channels where he doesn't expect it. I was like, yeah, what about your girlfriend Ming showing all those bruises or something, something like that. You know, it throws him
yeah.
off. He'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's been going on fucking Smokies, I think, a little bit like this week, like late at night. You probably been sleeping like your time, but you would
Yeah,
like throw himself on the panel, and they're all like making it's like a full panel. Like Marissa's like bringing people over and stuff, and they're all making fun of him. They're like, "You bang ladyboys in Thailand, don't you?"
oh yeah,
uh, you can tell he's like so desperate to fucking like start streaming on his own again.
yeah, yeah. Shit. But I haven't been to Ron's in a while now. Actually, now that I think about it.
He was on a strike for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's why. But he's on the move, isn't he? Like moving type of shit.
I have no idea. I saw briefly a little bit of his stream yesterday where he mentioned it was like his first stream after like 2 weeks, and he's like, yeah, he's like my roommate died and some other shit, and so some
Oh
people like
damn.
just heard that for the first time, and he was he like had the kid like in the background, you know, like the his roommate who died had a kid
He
like
had her kid in the wow. That's
yeah,
crazy. What
on
the
the
fuck?
stream, and the kid was like shitting like in his diaper and shit, and they were like
Oh
laughing, and I'm
damn.
like, dude, man, I'm not watching this crap. Like, I'm
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy. What the fuck is wrong with Ron? Yeah, see, that's some next level stuff right there. Like,
like fucking don't put that kid like on the camera, man. Especially, and then tell his dad to change his diaper. Like, I know they're grieving and shit, but still, it's like I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like watching that shit.
no, I know that's just crazy.
That wasn't
Who?
a kid. That was Danny the dwarf. Uh,
Yeah. Who do you think this Mr. Truth is? I think it's Timmy because if you go to his one video, it'll show unbarred. It says at unbarred and something
Oh
else.
yeah, it could be. Yeah,
Most
it could
likely
be
it's Timmy.
Spoon. Like you said, that was a good one too. I think I could name off like 7 names, and I guarantee it would be one of them. But it's definitely someone from the Thai side that follows like both
Both.
communities.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking because he mentioned Quinny, he mentioned Colin before, and then I go to his at, and all you see is unbarred, unbarred, unbarred.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
what the
yeah. It
fuck?
could be Timmy. It could be Spoon. Yeah, I think I was gonna say Mike. Do you know Wellstone Raider?
You think Wellstone Raider put in all that work to make it seem like it was Timmy?
Oh, well, yeah. Some people are really good at like they have multiple accounts and like the
Mm.
well-known accounts, but because they like build up a personality on that account, and then they switch it up when they change accounts. So like on
Oh
one account, they'll be like totally like British and like being
yeah.
friends with someone. And then like another account, they'll go full on American, and then they're bashing that person that they were being
Dang.
nice to on like the other. Yeah.
Yeah, because the other night he changed subjects real fast. He's talking about Collins, and then he went straight to Winnie, and I'm like, what the fuck? It threw me off. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah, yeah, he is good at throwing. And he mentioned welfare. I think it was on your stream on Monday with Triple Two. I think it might have been in that stream. I was watching the chat replay, and they don't say welfare in the UK. They call it like benefits or some shit like that. And they don't
Yeah,
say it. I don't think they say it in Australia either. So I'm like, this guy's fucking American. I'm like, but what American fucking pays attention to the Thai genre so much. And you were like, it's spoon. It's
yeah,
got to be spoon. And I'm
yeah.
like,
I
maybe
don't
it is
know.
spoon. I don't know. Like,
Spoon
or they're
probably got
just
locked out.
smart.
Spoon probably got locked out of his Spoon account by accident, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm rolling with Mr. Truth." Yeah, that
Yeah.
happened to me in my Bojingles account. My Bojingles account got no, I did that to myself. I was in I logged into the phone, and at the same time I logged into a random computer. And next you know, not even an hour later, I lost my Bojingles account. Like I couldn't get into it with my Google or nothing.
Oh
You know.
yeah, that happens to me when I go abroad too. Even if I like authenticate it with like my
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
number or something, it still says you're locked out and you can't get in or some shit, and you gotta like call or email or some shit like that. But if it's an alt account, I could care less. But it's weird how it does that. So it's like I'm like,
Oh
if
yeah, I
people were
know.
smart, they could see in the winter, they could see all these like alt accounts that might pop up in the summertime, and then in the wintertime when I
Yeah.
go away, these accounts disappear.
but but damn, I love that account, that Bojingles. It actually had like 50 something subscribers to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that shit was
fuck it, man.
hilarious.
I
Fucking
actually had videos and actually live streams and everything. That's
yeah,
where that's where the whole episode theme originated from because I started off with Seb, the coffee
oh
crew
yeah.
leader. Yeah, yeah. So that's where I dedicated one show to Seb just out of the
Yeah.
blue, and he showed
Sometimes
up and
it's
everything.
better
That's
to
where.
keep those accounts like quiet, but like I get it too. Like sometimes I just throw it out there. I give a lot of hints because I don't really think I'm like super nasty like being on an alt account. I don't like to cross the line to a certain degree, and
Oh
so I'll
yeah.
just like I'll throw like so many like hints out there, like just because I'm bored or whatever. Like yeah, this is me or whatever, and no one picks it up. Like no one, very rarely I have to spell it out for someone. You know, this account is me or what. I've seen people take credit for all the accounts that I've had, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh
Because
damn.
like I'm
Because
talking
they're
mostly on the Thai side though. I haven't done really anything on the American side in terms of like alt accounts. Yeah, not too much.
now the American side, they never really give themselves away. They just, you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's some
They,
funny ones, and like what's her name? Lydia. She's probably got a fucking shitload of alt accounts.
oh
In
yeah,
my
but
opinion.
no, but Lydia types the same. She can't hide it. She types the
Oh
same.
yeah, that's like
Yeah,
Simon Beach. Yeah, he types
yeah,
the same. You can pick it up really easily. Yeah,
yeah.
it-
But no,
that's
that
funny.
shit. But there's some that will never hit the link. Well, they never hit the link. Like I'm not sure on the American side, there's a guy named AMC Kingdom. He's never um, hit any link. No, I
Yeah,
take that back. I take that back because he may have hit the link under a different name. So he may be typing under AMC Kingdom, but he may be on panel every single night. As far as I'm concerned, you know.
oh yeah, yeah. There's a few on the Thai side that are like that, like Bill West. There's a few others that it's like, yo,
like
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 hit the
like
link,
Cooch.
you know?
Cooch, he jumps on panel as Cooch, but he's typing under a whole another two or three different
And he's
accounts.
easy to spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's easy to spawn on an alt account because he gets triggered so easily, uh, and he gives himself away. Like that guy has done some like whacked out shit where I'm like, there's no way someone would behave like that. Where he got triggered so hard by Simon Beach like 2 or 3 years ago. He drew a picture of Simon Beach's avatar. I'm not even joking. He drew a picture of Simon Beach's like bird avatar, took his shit in the toilet, and then put the avatar next to his turd, and he filmed it and he put it on YouTube on an alt account, and he flushed the toilet. Like your shit, Simon, or some. That's like what his intention was. And I think it was like Capio or someone was like, that's Cooch that's doing that, right? And I'm like, no way. I'm like, there's no one that is that fucked up that would do something like that. And I kind of asked Cooch, and he didn't deny it. He basically admitted that that was him, and I'm like, yo, that's fucked up, dude. And that was before all the
Oh yeah.
cancer shit.
Oh, so he's one of those guys that fake cancer as well.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny how all the genres has like this one person that like fakes cancer,
Oh
huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like PJ, he done that over there on the American side, and I already
Yeah.
read right through the bullshit a long time ago. I was like, man, he's what 20 something years old. How you gonna have cancer at 20 something years old? Unless it's leukemia, leukemia.
Yeah, you and
Yeah.
I remember Smokey was really like firm about that because I was like, yeah, I'm like I don't mind hanging out with that PJ guy. He's cool. And Smokey was like, huh, no, don't hang out. He was like kind of like indirectly telling me like, don't hang out with that guy. He fakes cancer and shit. I'm like, there's no
Oh,
way he
that.
would do something like that. And then
Yeah.
yeah, now it's coming out that that's exactly what he's doing.
Maybe if he was older in age, it would be more believable. A lot of people believe it. That's the messed up part about it, though. It's like, what the fuck? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. How people fall for that shit.
yeah. He got
Fucking
money sent to him and everything.
I,
Just
I
crazy.
I gotta ask you something. Well, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. I don't think I asked this last night. So, like, Reggie Mac's mom, how the hell did she get involved with helping him out, like in real life? With
Well, they send him money, basically. He drops his cash app and they
oh,
drop
okay. So
donos after donos.
oh, okay, okay. So it wasn't like an in person type of thing. And I thought it was like
Oh,
kind of like an in person type of thing where like she like took pity on him and I'll help you out like in real life or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's what I kind of thought.
I'm pretty sure she did feel bad for him. Thus, why she sent the money, what is it called? The cash apps or whatever.
Yeah,
But she
yeah,
got played. She got played, you know. And I said something
yeah.
about PJ like about a half a year ago, and I started getting blocked everywhere I went, like in the American side.
Oh, really?
And I'm
Yeah.
like, who's blocking me? And then come to find out it was Disco Mama. I'm like, what
Oh,
the
okay.
fuck?
That's interesting.
So,
Yeah.
me being who I am, I'm like, I go on a rant. I'm thinking to myself, what this is supposed to be the mom of the cream of the crop community. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like, but they're blocking, they're silencing people. Is that how they win? This is what they consider a W? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you don't want to even. It's nothing compared to what, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I'm wrong because I haven't been around enough, but the Thai side, there's a shitload of that. There's a
Oh
ton
yeah.
of that
Oh no,
where,
I see it on the daily on Timmy. Timmy does it himself. I'll type in
yeah,
Timmy's and you're gone. I'm like, what
it's
the fuck?
like, yeah, and like that's the thing I don't mind kind of about Capio and Mike Chef. It's like both of them have people that won't hit the link and will just like they'll beg for the buttons, they'll beg for like a authority on their channels or whatever. But both Capio and Mike Chef will let me on the panel, so
Yeah.
I can be like, and they'll be like, no, behind the scenes, like, don't let Sean on the panel or whatever. And they're like, no, well, I gotta kind of be new. They're like trying to be neutral, right? And they're like, I
Yeah.
got nothing against Sean, so I'm gonna let him on. So I respect that to a certain degree. Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I can
why I try
understand.
not to get involved in that shit too
Yeah.
anymore. You know? Like, I don't know.
My thing on that is like, why you blocking somebody that's just typing in the chat? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's weak. That's the
yeah.
weakest move ever. That's why I like that. Like, do what you mod up everyone, or don't mod up anyone at all. It depends how you go about it, you know.
Oh yeah.
But if you just mod up like one or two people that use that the spanner or the wrench to like their advantage to try and act tough to flex, like that's just weak. That is very weak shit, you know.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, Queenie got timed out for the 86-second timeout. You know how it tells you when someone gets timed out when you have the wrench?
Yeah.
She got timed out on Mikey's,
By who? What
and
the fuck?
but
That.
yeah, by BZ. And I was
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. That was like a month ago, something like
oh, a
that.
month
Yeah, yeah.
ago, something like that. And then Queenie was like, who the fuck just timed me out? I'm like, I can't tell you, Queenie. All I can say is it wasn't me, but here's the link.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because like I got nothing against BZ, you know.
Yeah, I didn't
So
catch that because I don't have nothing against Busy either, but I'll call it
yeah,
out as well. I'll be like, well, what the fuck? And that's why Busy got her wrench removed, their super spanner or whatever, and Blue Topaz as well. It's because
yeah, yeah.
I call out weak shit like that. Why you gonna silence somebody in the chat? When Busy herself has hit links before, I mean, get up there. You know, it's just that simple.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Especially when you come out of nowhere too. Like if you're like
Hmm.
silent in the chat, like you're not even
Oh
talking, and
yeah.
then all of a sudden you see the person's name. They suddenly like this person timed out this person for
Oh no, that's the
or
worst. It's like,
whatever,
what
and it's
the
like,
fuck?
yo, what the fuck? Yeah, it's like I'm not
I
gonna
did.
like, yeah, I
To be fair,
know.
I did that today on Casey Jones. I timed out some random person, and I only gave him
Yeah,
10 seconds. And
yeah, 10 seconds is fine. In my
everybody started saying hi to me. I'm like, oh okay, that just tells you who timed that person out. Which I don't care. I'll tell them flat out that I timed them out. You know what I mean? They're spamming the chat with a bunch of
See, I've had
literally
people that have
nonsense.
done that, like, yeah, where they try and like pull me out, like from like the lurking or whatever, and I know that
Hmm.
that's what their game is, but that's also weak to a certain degree because they think
Yeah.
that they got me, like, oh, we got you. You came out of the lurking, It's like, no, I chose to do that. Like, I'm not dumb. Like, I know I could either let that account go, which I've done multiple times, or I could just
Yeah.
sit there and I could, okay, I'm like, I'll time it out, whatever, and I'll see what happens. And people are like, oh yeah, I got you, sheep. You're dumb as a rock. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. It's like
The
a lot of it
people.
on the Thai side is these old dudes that are like in
No,
their
yeah.
70s and 80s, and it's like, yo, you don't know what the fuck you're talking. Like,
And those guys are like, oh man, I got one up on him. But in
yeah,
reality, you could care less. You're like, yeah, whatever.
exactly. You kind of feel bad for them in a certain way too.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't want my life to be in that guy's position, like so.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
uh,
Because I did that today, and Ronan was started saying hi. Azrael started saying hi. I'm like, oh, okay. Hi, guys. Hi, YouTube people. I said it
yeah,
just like that.
they think they're like getting one over top of you by like calling you out on the timing
Yeah.
someone out thing, but it's like no, you chose to do that for
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
happen.
I
It's
already
like
knew it in advance that everybody was going to see that I timed that person up for 10
yeah,
seconds.
there's gonna be at
So,
least one person that's gonna probably say something. So that's why it's like if
yeah.
you do the 10-second thing, like it's like that 10-second thing is nothing in my opinion.
Nah,
Like
and that's
like when
basically my way of saying, "Oh, hey, I'm here." Basically, you see what
yeah.
I mean?
And I like that
Watch.
on your channel where when you say, "Hey, if you're gonna do it, then just 10 seconds." That's the rule. Um,
Oh yeah,
unless if it's gonna be more than that, then you ask you for permission or
yeah.
give your
It's
face.
just like on day one. I remember day one. My chef was on panel. He's hiding Simon Beach. I'm like, wait a minute, who's doing this? And
Yeah.
then he goes, okay, fine, it was me. It was me. I did it. And then he explained his reason. He's like, he's never coming back. He's just here because I'm here. I'm like, fair enough. Then hide him, and he hit him. It was just that simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's true to a certain extent. I mean,
Yeah.
Simon has like a literally like a fucking 100 accounts, so
No, yeah, it
and
doesn't
he
really
can always
matter.
go on the panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it depends, I guess, what the person is saying too. If the person's just being normal in the chat, I don't think they should be hidden by
Oh no.
someone that has this old like vendetta out against them. That's just my opinion.
No, yeah.
Um, unless the host gives the permission, I guess, right? So
I
unless
do
like
it. I just do it so they can explain the reason behind it. You know, like this is why I'm doing this. It makes the person that they're hiding or timing out twice as worse. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well,
I
have you
am
seen?
an actual piece of shit. You know, type of shit.
Yeah. Well, have you seen this new thing that YouTube is rolling out? Now they're changing everyone's name to the at.
Okay,
To
okay,
that.
okay. So that's
Yeah.
that. How old is that? Because I was on the channel yesterday and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I typed
Yeah,
it. I
I know
retyped in my
some
message.
channels have it and some don't. So, like for example, like Capio's earlier, I was
Yeah, yeah.
lurking. He didn't have it, but Smokey's has it. So it's like
Oh
it seems
damn.
to be random right now. Yeah, but seems like that's what they're gonna do, and I guess it's to basically get rid of
The mod.
the uh, the alts and the clone accounts. Maybe I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
but
it.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that is gonna make it harder to create an alt account because then now you're gonna have to create a URL, a new Google account, and a new channel name. So
yeah, because the
yeah,
at won't let you duplicate what
a
somebody else
different
already
name.
has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like right now I'm at five guys underscore 65 something.
Yeah.
But
So like if
that's because I
someone tries to
created everything new. You know.
yeah, but if someone else tries to create that, it won't under the at thing, like it won't let them. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds like that's what YouTube is going. That's the
It'll
direction
be
they're going down.
oh, okay, okay. So when somebody tries to create Five Guys, it'll be a different name when they type in the chat. They'll be like, "Holy
Yeah.
fuck, I'm not typing
So
under
then
Five Guys. What's going on?"
you
You
can
know?
be like, oh, okay, that's not the real Five Guys or some shit like
Yeah,
that,
because it won't even show up as Five Guys. It'll show
yeah,
up
or
as you know
yeah,
a
and it
random
won't
name.
let you like it'll only let you create like only so many like letters too. I've noticed too compared to like the name, so there'll be less
Yeah, yeah.
trolling. So it's kind of like a Twitch. Like I don't know if you've ever gone on Twitch, but like I created a Travel Fun 69 account on Twitch to troll Steph
Oh,
back in the day when he was on Twitch. Yeah, and Twitch doesn't let you make duplicate names. I just did it like one time. I wasn't trying to be mean or anything, but I kind of find it funny because this was before the trucker protest with Jeff. So
no,
I'm
yeah.
like, if Jeff ever
God
tries to
damn.
create a Travel Fun 69 account on Twitch, it won't work
So you've
because
been
I
following Jeff way before the convoy. Jeez.
well, kind of, yeah. 2020 when COVID hit, Jeff
Oh, okay,
was
okay.
mostly into the Thai genre for the most part,
Yeah.
and like the Filipinos were like karaoke women were kind of going over there too a little bit, and Mosh kept promoting him and helping him out and stuff too. But yeah, once the trucker thing hit, I
Yeah, it
dipped
was.
out. I was like, I can't watch this shit. Sorry, Jeff. Yeah, and
He
yeah,
had nobody recalls him having like a big beard and bushy hair, and out of nowhere he just went bald headed and shaved his beard. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, he's given himself away here and there. And to be honest, I don't really watch him all that much. I find him, especially now, I find his panels boring. And it's nothing against him. I just find that shit boring.
Yeah,
Um,
there's
but
really nothing behind it, but just don't knows, don't knows, don't knows. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
he's all about networking and getting money and shit. And yeah, I don't know. That's fine, but during COVID, he had like these Filipino band come on and start playing this like band or whatever, and people were like typing emojis in the chat and giving out donations and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, just fucking kill me. I was like, you couldn't go outside and shit. This was like the peak of like the beginning of COVID, and I was like, just put a gun to my head. This is terrible. Like I don't want to watch. This is the worst shit ever.
oh
uh,
no, that's
it was cringe.
I caught the like the second or third night where he was on top of a bridge saying the convoy's passing by. I'm like the chat's rolling. He's
Yeah,
barely
no, I had
keeping up
this
with the
big
chat and shit.
outburst uh, on Steph's that kind of built up some views where I was kind of calling him out, Jeff, on some of that protest shit. And he popped up in the chat and he had a bunch of his followings come into the chat. And they were like, I don't know. We had a little bit of a back and forth. He didn't come on the panel, but I just said, it's fine. It's all good. I got nothing against you, Jeff. It's just me fucking around for the most
No,
part. And he said, that's fine. But
he
yeah,
doesn't really get into heated arguments. He'll
no,
talk his way out of it and shit.
yeah, yeah. But I thought a lot of that shit was fucking. I don't know. Have you seen that Tricky Bricky? Speaking of Jeff, I'm just thinking because he brought Orchidelia in, and then there's that that Tricky Bricky guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I don't know where the fuck he came from, but yeah, he's like part of like all this like shit, kind of to a certain degree. And there's like some shit that like happened like within like a couple weeks or whatever. Where like apparently like Tricky Briggy has like a girlfriend in England or something, and she got jealous of Orchidelia, and she took off. This girl in England took off her clothes on
Oh,
panel. She
oh
still had her
no.
bra
Well,
and panties on or
yeah.
something. Yeah,
Like she was literally on his panel in his house, just shaking her shit and removing clothing. And
yeah, yeah.
Orchidelia walks in. It's like, how do you shut it down? How do you shut it down? Like she was gonna shut it. I'm like, she must have not been that far. I'm like, why wasn't she there to begin with? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, apparently they had a like a back and forth too on panel too, where
Oh
she
damn.
said something or someone said something, and then he was like, "Well, how come you can have like black guys in your place,
Oh
but not
damn. Wow.
allowed to have fucking fucking what you know?" Basically, he was calling her a whore,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
her facial expression did not look good, and yeah, that was the
yeah.
last I saw.
Well, she always was one. She always was the one to say the truth will come out, blah blah blah. Everybody will know, and apparently, hey, there you go. Apparently, she
Yeah.
dates black guys.
Well, Jeff, I spoke to Jeff maybe like a year ago on Raw after he had like his penis accident in Thailand or
Oh,
something like that.
that was the
Yeah.
beginning of the end. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
exactly. And
yeah,
he mentioned he's like, yeah, he's like my girlfriend, or I brought it up like briefly or something. He mentioned that yeah, he's like yeah, I'm no longer dating her, and yeah, he said I know at least two guys on YouTube that she's banged since I brought her into like the YouTube world. And I'm like, dude, that fucking sucks.
damn, that's fucked up. And he probably knows their first names and everything. They're probably donators to his channel. That's some
Yeah,
fucked up.
probably. I'm
That'd
like,
be
that's
like
why you
twisting the dagger.
never bring your girl into this shit, you know? You got
Yeah,
a girl hanging around, that's the worst thing you can do. Yeah,
damn, that's
in
crazy.
my opinion. Ah,
And
yeah.
90% of these chicks they fall in love with an avatar. It's like that's not even the real person, you know?
Oh yeah, no, they're cloud chasing for the most
Yeah,
part. I mean, yeah, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna
like
get involved in like all the dating shit. Like I think Ali and Mike are kind of cool with each other.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
They're the only ones that are doing good at the moment. You know, like
yeah.
literally.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
funny.
but
Yeah.
as far as like alt accounts, like I just found out today that Christy B, she was on my channel like a month ago. Christy B is an actual guy. Is actually a guy versus they got
Oh
a girl
yeah,
picture
and
and it's Christy B with
people are
with
fucked
a
up.
B.
Like that way up dude. He's always on like Arkansas and stuff like
Oh
that,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's
Oh,
got
but
that.
he'll let you know by his voice, you know, by his
Right. Yeah. I just
yeah.
think it's kind of weird when people
Oh, I
have like
know.
I don't know, like shit like that. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. But I just find some of the shit like why you like pretending to be I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's people in the Thai side that like flex about going to like Pattaya, right? You spend so much time in the Thailand side, you figure out what Pattaya is and like all like the streets and shit just from like what people fucking say. Like soy
Oh yeah.
six and stuff like that. You're like, okay, I guess that's where everyone gets their hand job from or whatever, or blow job or I guess, or I don't know. And like, yeah, you see people like flex, like, oh yeah, I'm in Pattaya and they got like their avatar there and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know if that's really like, a thing to show off. That's like the best thing to show off, but I guess it is what it is to some people.
Oh yeah. Like kind of who did the reverse mongering? It was Timmy. Timmy went up to Boston to meet Ron. And that's like reverse mongering. Reverse, traveling overseas. He did travel overseas, obviously.
I
But it's
guess to a certain degree, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But me and Spoon kept telling him, we're like, yo, we're like, he had that thing with Simon Beach where he kind of had his 15 minutes of fame and he kind of called out Simon Beach and it was funny. And then me and Spoon were telling Tim, we were like, stop going around saying you're going to meet up with so and so and then bash him up, you know. You're not that type of a person. It's easy to see. But he was just like, no, I'm me and Spoon were both like kind of just like, okay, like whatever. And then he had that thing with Capio where it's like, okay, you kind of, that's basically what happened. You kind of got embarrassed. You got it in return, basically. You can't say that Timmy came out on a win on that one, regardless of whether what happened. You
No,
can't
no.
say that Timmy came out, on top on that one, because Capio made the decision to go and confront him from based on what you saw, and then just the camera. I guess, like, I know I've heard you say like it's staged and shit. I don't know if it's a trolling thing or whatever. I know the beginning part isn't staged, but yeah, people have added like fake blood and like broken
Oh yeah,
glasses and shit like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
yeah.
any of that took place. Capio has kind of admitted that he basically left because his daughter started crying.
Oh
And he didn't want
yeah.
Timmy's daughter was crying, and yeah, so he was like, okay, he's like, I've done my thing here, I'm out of here.
But isn't his daughter like older? Like, isn't she in her like 20s and shit like that?
I think, yeah, I know. I think she's like 18 to 20 in that,
Oh, okay.
yeah, age group or whatever. Yeah, and I don't even know if that's really like his daughter, like his like birth daughter, like a
Oh
blood
yeah.
daughter or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are kind of skeptical of that.
Oh
Yeah,
damn. Because if she's anything like the mom, she should have no issues. Because her mom's got a hell of a left, you know. But
yeah,
but
yeah.
but
They
I mean,
gotta
I don't
move. They
know.
gotta move into a bigger place. I keep telling him, yo, if you want to flex, like with your money and shit, you move into a bigger place, dude.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly. Because he falls asleep on stream. Next, you know, the sun comes up and his wife and
yeah,
daughter in the background cooking breakfast. I'm like, what the fuck? He's streaming in his kitchen, you know?
yeah. Back in the day, yeah, when he started doing like this racist shit, and I called him out, and I saw his wife walk. He was up till like 6 a.m. in the morning, and his wife walked on camera, like not fully naked, but like half naked. And I was like, I'm like, people are gonna clip that, and I like kind of like bowed out, but like, yeah, no one ended up clipping it, so it is what it is. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was interesting because I was like, okay, I'm like, and she did it in a way where it was almost like she did it because she was pissed off that he was up all night, like on YouTube, and so it's almost like she did that on purpose.
Yeah, it's kind of like that one time he hit him. He was like, "Oh, look, look, they got you, they got you." And then I was thinking to myself, "Yeah, they literally got you."
Hmm.
They literally- when he said, "Oh, look, look, they just got you, they just got you," I'm like, "Yeah, obviously they did." I mean,
Yeah. Those 2
they're still
definitely
using
have a
it to
lot of
this
back and
day.
forths when it comes to YouTube. I'm like, dude, you got to move into a bigger place and get a man
Yeah,
cave.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, if you've got the money for it, then do it. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
He's
Mike Chef, because Mike Chef and Timmy were somewhat close online. Chef was saying Timmy makes 1,000 euro or pound or whatever dollars a day or something like that, just in like passive income. I'm like, if that's the case, he wouldn't be living in that fucking tiny ass
yeah.
apartment.
I think he just ran into some money. He's well off, but he just ran into some money, got a little boat. Because I mean, anybody if he had money, he would upgrade that boat. He would be
Yeah,
able to sell that boat and upgrade to a better one. You know?
yeah. Or he would upgrade to like his place, like when the
Yeah,
beginning, I remember when he showed up in the genre, he started telling everyone that he was kind of hinting that he was like, oh yeah, I'm gay, because he was like, I have a partner, and he sold his place and I sold my place and we got an apartment in Berlin. People were like, oh, okay. And then one day he always had his cam off, and then but he started putting his cam on, but he always had the light off, so like you couldn't see anything. And then one day, after a few weeks of him like getting more and more comfortable, like being like in on StreamYards and stuff, his wife walked into the room and turned the light on in the middle of the night. And his face, that's when he like exposed himself. And he went, "Oh shit." And then he
Oh damn.
started keeping the cam on after that. And then he was like, "Yo," he was like, "Turn your cam on." He was like, "Turn your cam on." I hate when people use that. Like, Randy uses that against me all the time. It's like, dude, you
Yeah.
gotta fucking get something new. You gotta get some
Ra-
new material.
Randy and God Plan be like, turn your camera on. Turn. I'm like, what for? You know.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've heard Godplan say that about me too. Yeah, he's like he says he's like Spoon and Sean. He says those guys, they don't turn their cams on. It's like, well, we told you why we don't fucking turn our cams on or whatever. But but how is that a way to kind of to flex or whatever? I just don't see it. I've had
Oh
my
no.
cam on multiple times, not in
Yeah,
this
but
like
but
in the past,
I
and people
I
clip
don't
it. So I can,
understand if you're gonna have a go at somebody, you really need their camera on because you're not going based on what they look. I don't think maybe they are. Who knows? I'm not. I'm just going by the way what they say and or said in the past, or
I guess yeah, it kind of depends. Like with real shit, like people wouldn't come up with like, "Oh, you look like Eminem," or what is it, J Rock from Trailer Park Boys, unless he turned his cam on, right? So
Oh
if you
yeah,
think
yeah.
about it, okay, what would it be like if he just had his cam off and was saying the same shit? Uh,
Oh
so then
yeah.
you gotta think like, okay, maybe I gotta like stop having to go at what there's because like I do that with Randy sometimes. Like I start having like a go at like what he's showing and stuff, like his Hawaiian shirt and shit like that. But I'm like, I'm like maybe I'll tone it back and like try and do more of a level playing field type of thing where like kind of
yeah.
because I'm not turning my cam on, so he's not able to talk. But like one of the reasons, like people will fucking go at like the weakest like points when you have your camera on. They'll say like the weakest shit, in my opinion.
Cause like
So
what who does that to me? MCF does that to me. Oh, you look like a Filipino. I'm like, thank you because I just got left. I literally just left the karaoke channel and I was singing my heart out. So thank you.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing that can be said like unless you let it chew you down. You see what I mean? Or beat you down.
that's
It's like, oh,
true.
you look
Yeah,
like a Filipino. I'm like, oh, thank you.
I've had a few people on the Thai side say, you know what, if you get like, don't be a pussy. Like if you get doxxed, you get doxxed or whatever. No one's showing up at your house or anything like
Nah,
that. But I still
nobody
get
ever.
kind of paranoid, if that's the best word, call it, here and there, because like there's so much info about me online that like I don't want them fucking with my job and shit. Because that's what would really piss me off. Someone that is anonymous won't even give out their first name or like where they
Oh
are.
yeah, I know.
And
Yeah.
those are the ones that are trying to dox like and mess with your personal life. That's the shit that would piss me
All right.
off, right?
Let's do a
Uh,
little bit of let's do a little bit of let's say for instance you got docs. I'm no, I'm Cooch, right? I'm calling your job, right?
yeah,
I
yeah,
know you by your first name obviously. Your boss will be like you're your boss. Hey, Mr. whatever your name is.
yeah.
Your employee such and such name is talking a lot of crap. I mean, what would the opening statement be? Like you got to think it thoroughly, like
Oh yeah, no, I
if
guess it depends, right? Like for
yeah.
me, like I'm self-employed, so like okay, they're gonna call
Me, they're
my
gonna call you.
my
They're gonna call you.
well, to a certain,
Your
or they're gonna call
contracts.
like customers, and or they're gonna put like spam, like Google
Yeah.
reviews and shit like that.
Oh
Like
Lord.
this person did this, or yeah. I've had in the past too. I've had to go through like background checks and like security clearances too, and
Oh
like
damn.
if they call, I don't know. People will do some crazy shit to fuck with people's lives because they're unemployed all day and this is like their life.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know.
Even then, even with having an employee, the employee would be like, "Are you serious right now?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah.
Like,
It's best to, in a way, too. It's best to keep them chasing, like at the same time, because I've had like supposedly like my name and my picture put out there, and it's not real, but I would run with it for a bit. But then I would have all these like random people that I've never spoken to before that would start lipping me off in the chat. Ah, you're fat, you're old, we got you or whatever. And I'm like, that's not me. Like just Google it. And then they go silent, because it's like, oh, like it turns out, yeah, that's not actually him. And people are like, Sean, why do you say that that's not you? Just let them fucking go with it. And then,
Oh yeah,
they can, and I'm like, but it's like then in a, in a way, it's not as fun to a certain
that's
degree. And I don't want them calling me out for something that I'm not like, I don't want someone who I think is like below me in real life to try and flex that they're above me in real life. Like it's not the person that
oh
I
I know.
am.
And
If that
that's
makes
what I
sense.
tell everybody. Like you can dox anybody, but it's until they get it, until they react to what you put in the chat or said in the panel, is how the other person reacts. If the other
Yeah.
person reacts the same way in the same manner that you're,
Mhm.
let's say for instance, somebody drops my address in the chat. If I react to it like, "Oh my God, who did that? Oh, this and that," that's automatically telling everybody that that is actually true. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get that. Yeah,
But
I
if
don't
I
know.
don't even react to it at all, like don't even acknowledge it, it's like,
Well, that's
eh,
the thing. Like you and I, like we don't. There's a few people, like half of the people, they don't react to that shit, but the other half will. Like when I
oh
first
yeah,
started going around Smokies, and I looked into Smokey's chat, and like his fucking full on address is like doxed in his chat
oh yeah,
before the stream begins, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, does he not care that this is out there? And then I'm the only one in his chat, and then he comes along really quickly and he deletes that shit. And he's like, no doxing and no kid talk. And he's, yeah. And it's like, okay, you're reacting to it. That's what they kind of got you
yeah.
or
That,
whatever.
that that's the reaction. That's exactly what I was talking
Mhm.
about. That's exactly what I was referring to. Like, oh, the minute that he says that, he should have just deleted it versus saying all that. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Just
'Cause I
remove the
didn't even
comment.
know if, like, that was true or not, right? But I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "How the fuck did they know your exact address and, like, your apartment number and shit like that?" Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, not only that, I mean, it's all based on how you react. It could be anybody's address, you know. He can go with the flow and be like, "Oh, that is my address." At
Well,
the same
yeah,
time,
and
that could be
yeah.
him himself typing that shit in, you know.
Yeah, and that's the thing,
It's
yeah, I've reacted too, like, to, like, some shit, like, some false but at the same time too, like, I could easily be doxxed. There's so much shit that I've given away. It's like with the alt account, you kinda give yourself away if you pay attention. Some people can't hide it. I could easily be doxxed, but people don't pick up on it. I had my like, Alexa on, like, Amazon? I, like, had,
oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
Alexa, like, in the background, and someone said something. It was, like, on Ron's or something, and, like, Alexa started to, like, read out my address, and I said, "Shut the fuck up,"
Oh shit.
and then I was like, "Man," I was like, "Oh, someone's gonna pick up on that," but no one fucking picked up on it. No one said anything, and it's
It
like,
depends if it's prime
uh,
time or not. You know what I mean? Basically, it's kind of like what you
yeah.
said earlier about Timmy. Like nobody caught it because there's limited people on the
Yeah, that's
watching or
right.
whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like
So
people
so
watch, and then only at certain times, I guess, yeah.
so where did you see this at the at on what channel were you on when you saw that at
Oh, I've seen it on,
URLs type of shit?
Smokies.
Oh, okay, okay,
Smokies,
okay.
and I've seen it on, do you know Hostel? I think
Yeah,
she
yeah.
has it too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Cause I seen it yesterday at like 2 in the morning. I saw it on some random channel, and I asked him, "What is this?" And I removed my comment because that came up. I removed my comment eventually. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
after that happened, and I was like,
yeah.
"Why is this showing my ad?" And they were like, "Oh, I have no idea." I'm like, "Oh, wow,
I
okay."
guess this is a new way to I don't know, they should just go back to I don't know if, like, it was, like, 2.5 years ago, I think, where you could click on anyone's name and go directly to
Yeah,
their channel. Then they
yeah.
took that away and made it like a mod only thing. Like, they
That
should just I don't know, that's whoever's running the YouTube shit. And the whole 86-second timeout thing, that shit's retarded, in my opinion. Like when you
oh
go
yeah.
back to the whole modding thing, I think 86 seconds is stupid. I think the 10-second thing is dumb as well because it doesn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Nah,
What's the point
nah.
of giving someone it? It's
It
like a joke,
removes
you
it
know?
removes spam. The 10-second removes a lot of spam, basically. Like if they spam the chat, that
I
basically
guess.
removes the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Which
um Man, that's just crazy. So now I wonder if I wonder if it's gonna work like the way you said. If it's somebody comes in an alt account, right, and they don't think that URL is gonna show up that at, and they just type in all this and that rhetoric left and right, and they type the negative shit like they always do, like an alt account does, and
Yeah,
they'll be like,
no, the
"Holy
alt
fuck, that's
accounts are
me," you know?
done. They're too well.
Yeah.
They're not done, but because people are dumb. They can't tell the difference. I've had people that have come in and with Sean the Sheep accounts in like different channels, but they spell Sean SHAWN or
Oh,
SHAUN. And they're like, "Fuck you,
like
Sean, like
Sean the
you piece of
Prawn, Sean
shit."
the
And
Prawn.
yeah, and I'm like lurking, and I'm like, "You fucking dumbass." I'm like, "That's not even the spelling's not even correct." You know, but the host or whatever that they're going after, like, thinks that it's actually me, you know,
Oh
because
damn.
people just don't think clearly, you know. So
Yeah.
all you got to do is like change like one character and shit. People will, whether they're drunk or shit or whatever, they'll just run with it. Like I get people that come around once in a while, depending on what channel I might show up on, and they're like, "You were talking shit about me like 2 months ago or whatever," and I'm like, I sorry, I'm like, you refresh my memory. I apologize or whatever. And they're like, no, they're like, you sleep with kids. They're like, you were talking shit about me. I'm gonna talk shit about you. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I don't even
Yeah.
like, like, I don't, like you're losing it, dude. Like I got nothing against you, but there's shit that I could say, but I'm like, oh, I don't know. I've had a lot of that where like people just they can't tell like, oh, maybe that's not like the actual person talking, you know, saying that shit to them. I don't know. So whatever.
But if
There's a
you
lot of
if it's
autistics and
true,
shit.
if it's true what you're saying, that means whenever somebody types in an alt account and they don't know, they don't realize that this is happening, they're gonna say the most negative thing and then come
Yeah.
back thinking that they're on another account, but their ad shows up the same and type in a positive thing and they're gonna be like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like what the you just said
Yeah.
something negative and
Well,
you just said
the
something
ad
positive
thing
or
will get
versus
rid of the clone accounts, I think, for
yeah.
the most part. But it depends also on the person whether they think that like I said, it like if they change Sean the sheep to instead of SEAN to like
Mm,
SAEN, are people how many people are actually going to notice the difference? Surprisingly, not a lot. People are dumb.
yeah, yeah. But 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 yeah, you're right because I was back in the day I was able to create let me see two different accounts with Noni G as Noni G being my at account or whatever. So I was able to type in two different accounts under Noni G as my at. So
Oh
if I do
yeah.
that today, I
I
would
don't
have
think
to
it'll let
basically
you.
no, it won't
Or
let me. So
I
I would
in the
have to.
back in the day too, I found a way to Google Gmail. So when you create like a YouTube account, uh you need a YouTube account to Lou Steele's Blue is currently drinking herself. Yeah, we can
Oh,
talk about her too, but yeah. But like really quickly, like um what was I saying? Back in the day, when you create a Gmail account and then you go to YouTube, you can create multiple YouTube accounts
yeah,
under
yeah. This was like two or three
the
years back.
same
Yeah,
email. Yeah.
yeah.
So I have some of those, and I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, if people looked at the date the channel was created, they would find that there's like, hey, how come this date's the exact same? And I'm like, sometimes I think about that because like there's like very different alt accounts kind of like under that Gmail account or whatever. But I don't really bring up the alt accounts so much anymore. It's just when I'm like really bored and I want to mess around a little bit.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
But that's gonna
you-
bring a lot of light. Like it's gonna bring
yeah.
a lot of characters out there.
Oh yeah. Like or people what I find sometimes you can see when people subscribe to your
Hmm.
channel.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's
so
a
I would
different
see
name.
people would on the alt accounts, they'd subscribe thinking that they're gonna catch you when you change your alt account and name. And I'd always see that Beans and Brews guy
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
he would always subscribe to the alt accounts. And I'm like, this is all you gotta do is delete the YouTube account and it gets rid of the subscription and then you can create a new name. It takes like less than 5 minutes, you know? Uh so I'm like It's the easiest thing to do. So people that subscribe to alt accounts, you're not gaining anything out of it. You're not going to find out who that person is. You know? But
Oh yeah, I know. I know exactly what you're talking about. You'll subscribe to a person that has one subscriber, so you're the second subscriber, just
yeah,
so they whenever they type again, you could go to the channel and be like, oh,
yeah. Or
yeah,
when
this is
they
that
a
guy.
lot of
You
like
know.
alt accounts, because like Gmail cracks down on creating alt accounts. So when they maxed out their accounts, like through their phone number or alt numbers or whatever, they change their name, they change the troll name, and then so they want to catch when they change that name so they can try and crack down on who that person is. I'm like, that doesn't work, you know? Like
Oh
you can
damn.
use because you can get rid of the person, the people, your subscribers by just deleting the YouTube account and creating a new account.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
So Smokey's live right now. So if I go over there and type under five guys, they'll show my URL at account yeah,
I think
basically.
so. Yeah, it will. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Damn,
So
that's just
whatever your
crazy.
ad account is on here, what is it? Yeah.
That's probably why because I'm on the free plan. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
or it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter.
Is he still the
They're just
same
making the
panel?
rounds.
Is Tricky still on?
Not even sure. I haven't
Yeah.
even checked.
Tricky probably will be on there for a while.
Tricky was on there. He's like, I was like, man, what are you doing there? You can tell he's bored, looking at his
Yeah,
phone.
that's what he
He,
does. He waits around until around 3, 4 p.m. my time, and if Mike's not live, he'll go on whoever
you know
else is
what?
live.
Let me. I should go type under five guys see if Tricky catches on. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, just
Oh
be like
shit.
act like a different person or whatever. He'll be the only one that'll catch on and be like,
Oh no, yeah.
uh,
Oh
it's
well,
kind of hint
Smokey
that
knows
you're
my
like
five guys.
live kind of or whatever, but like don't like try and like say that you're live. Like Smokey will like get pissed. I don't know. He might get pissed off
Oh
or
no.
whatever, but kind of
Oh
like hint
yeah.
to like
He's
I
probably
don't
still on
know.
panel. Let me give it a shot. I'll be right back. 5 seconds.
Okay, Mr. Truth still here. You're the only one. I'm showing the sheep. Yeah, I'm heard you are Richard. I don't know. I don't. Gooch has no teeth. Yeah, you're definitely not. You're definitely not. Certain people. That's for sure. But I like your personality, the way you type. There's not a lot of people that just type in the chat and give out good personality. So good on you. As long as you're not that Jermaine S guy. I don't really like that guy. I used to think that Jermaine S was like decent, and then I started to see that he was a simp. Richard is a nerd. Yeah, I
Oh
agree
yeah.
with you. Yeah, it's a
Richard
goof.
is the sunglasses. I couldn't find his channel. Fuck it. Oh well.
Oh, you got someone
I punched
backstage, I
in.
think.
Oh really? What the fuck? Oh no. I heard no, I punched in NYC Smoke 333. That's his channel, right? NYC Smoke
Yeah,
333.
I think so. Yeah,
Oh, you
and
know what?
one
I
too.
forgot to punch in the at NYC. Damn. So now you got to
It's
do
like
all that. Wow.
capitals. Yeah, all that
Mm.
shit.
Oh damn. Let me give it one more shot. Hold on. Hold on.
All right, that's weird. When it says Mr. Truth is on stage, or maybe. Oh, okay, maybe you pinned that. That's what that means. I think he pinned that comment.
Oh yeah, he went off air already. So
Oh, he
when I
did.
pinned it,
Oh,
s-
okay.
I have a question actually. Now that you caught my attention on that part. Okay, so when you go to the comments, you can hit the comment and it says, "Do you want to add on stage on your end as well, right? Or is
I'm
that just on
guessing
my
that
end?"
means pin the comment. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know enough about StreamYards. I've never really hosted, so I don't know
Oh,
a whole
okay.
lot.
So I've been a host and obviously, and I've also been a guest. So as a guest, I'm able to go to the comments and hit highlight a comment, and they'll ask me, "Do I want to highlight it?" I'm like, "Wait a minute, I'm not even the host. How can I highlight that comment?"
Oh, okay. Yeah. So on stage probably yeah means that you highlighted the comment because I can't see everything on my end.
Oh
So it's
damn.
just It just says it just probably means you highlighted the comment. That's what
Oh,
on
okay, okay,
stage
okay.
means. That's what I'm
Oh, dang.
guessing. Yeah. I don't know enough about StreamYards to. Randy has a YouTube account for his genital wards. Yeah. See, this, whoever the Mr. Truth is, he knows fucking everything. It's got to be Spoon.
Yeah, because Spoon's been gone for a while now. He's
And
going in a
Spoon
week and a
watches
half.
everything.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
always watches everything.
And he
I
hates
don't know.
calling, so that just threw me off.
Well,
But
yeah, and he said the word welfare, so there's
yeah,
that. I think it's like him, Wellstone Raider, or it could be RF7 too. There was a Mr. Truth account that's very was really close. Like Simon, like constantly talks about how great like Mr. Truth is, but I don't
oh
know.
yeah,
Maybe that who the fuck knows? As long as they're polite in the chat, they're just having fun. Who gives a
I
fuck?
went I went to Tima's other channel, which is called Tima, and it's got like a little funny character that's drawn, and
Oh
it
yeah.
says on the description, truth teller. So I'm putting it all together, like maybe Mr. Truth is the truth teller, you know.
I don't know. It might be him,
I don't
but
think.
I know he's got alts and stuff, and he stays up all night. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. He's pretty. I don't know. It could be him. Some people
yeah.
are good at being on alts. They're just good at changing their personality. If I were to bet, I'd put my money on. I put my money on. What's his name? Wellstone Raider or that Jeff
Oh
Raleigh
yeah.
guy, maybe. But then again,
But
you never know.
I never would imagine what Raider would be. Like this is basically like on the American side. Sure, we have knowledge of the Thai genre, but it's mainly, you see what I mean? It's mainly American side.
Some people are just yeah, they're all
Yeah.
around. Like I don't
Mm.
know, they're fucking everywhere. Where the fuck
Oh
is Tricky at? I tried to give Mac when I was on Tricky's
yeah.
last night. My fucking I don't know, like that. Line ID. I tried to give him my line ID for like
Oh yeah.
communication and shit, and he just
Yeah.
completely fucking ignored it. And I was like, all
Oh
right, fair
yeah.
enough.
Well, Mikey did that backstage. He's like, hey, he gave his address to somebody, and I was on panel, and he's like, hey, Noni, don't be doxing me. I'm like, man, I don't do that. To this day, I didn't do nothing. As soon as he typed it in, I saw it in the backstage, and that was it. That's as far as it
Oh
got.
yeah, that's right. I think
You
I've
know.
seen him do that too. Yeah, with Mac.
Yeah.
I got like Mikey's. Well, I don't even write that shit down, but yeah, I know Mikey's email address and
Yeah.
other shit, and yeah, because he's giving it away and stuff. But
But Mikey,
yeah.
him telling me that, I was like, no, that you told me not to say nothing. I didn't even acknowledge the fact that he typed his address in the back chat. Besides me looking at it for 2 seconds and to be like, okay, that's whatever, you know. Like who
Yeah,
wants to go to Wisconsin to meet a rebel? You know what I mean? Like
yeah, yeah.
with a Confederate flag on his fucking kitchen window and shit like that. You know what I
Lives
mean? Like
next
what the
to a
fuck?
gas station.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently, people have looked up his place. I heard a lot of people look up Mosh's fucking place
Oh yeah,
online.
many Googled Mikey's address, Mikey's whereabouts and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird how people do that. Like I
Yeah,
don't see like the fascination behind it. Like they don't dox and stuff, but then they're like, but they
yeah,
admit
yeah,
though that they look up on Google Earth like
yeah.
everyone's like place and shit, and it's like, all right, isn't that kind of like a bit obsessive in my opinion? But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's when I found out people were like, yeah, have you seen Mosh's place? He lives in like this old grungy like trailer park and shit. I'm like, I guess. I'm like, I never really thought about it to be honest, but I
Yeah, I
suppose
know.
it's true.
Well, not only
Uh,
that, but he shows it every day, so it's like there's nothing,
yeah,
it's
but
not
like I
like he's
never.
hiding it, you know.
People have like looked it up online and like looked at like the property like around, and they're like, yeah, this is fucked up. AP wears gigantic suits to Thailand. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Some people are
I don't
saying,
know. Maybe that's Colin. Colin wears a parachute, sits on a balcony.
no, I don't think it's Colin. He's not that clever. Some people are saying the truth account is Gaza.
Oh yeah.
Could
Oh
be.
shit.
Gaza usually gives himself away. Well, at least in the past he did on alt accounts.
Oh yeah.
Um, Now that I think about it, Mr. True, that does sound like a Gaza, Sweden type of name. But I can't understand why, I don't know. Whoever it is, keep doing what you're doing. It's a funny account, and they're
Oh
clever.
yeah.
As long as they don't diss me in a harsh way, yeah, it's funny. But
Oh, we got
it
Newsdar
kind
in
of
the chat.
does.
What up, Newsdar?
What up, buddy? It does kind of sound like Gaza, Sweden, to a certain degree.
Oh yeah. Newsdar,
Richard
I
got
only
rid
got
of
one person
Gaza.
in the fucking comments. Newsdar, everybody's falling asleep. God damn it. Shit, there's nothing new.
It
Hey,
could be
Newsdar,
Bruno.
why haven't you went live? I need to give Newsdar a spanner. I'll do some other day. But yeah, why haven't you went live, Newsdar? What the fuck's going on? Or
That
Nuz,
was the
whatever
guy
his name is.
yesterday on Mikey's. He kept getting timed out, I think, by oh no, he kept timing out somebody else, I think. Or it was one or the other. Or it was on
Oh yeah.
Thursday.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh
yeah, yeah. That's when he went live out of the blue, and I'm like, "What the fuck you doing? It's supposed to be tomorrow or Friday, I guess. My Friday is going to Saturday. Right now I should be on Mikey's, spending 12 hours on the panel, but no, Mikey fucking rage quit. Like, what the
because it got
fuck?
boring. That guy's always been I've subscribed to that guy twice within the last year, and like no offense to him, but I'm like, dude, you're a fucking downer. Like I gotta sorry, like I'm unsubscribing from this shit. No offense to you, but you're on like antidepressants and shit and like fucking hell. Like
He blocked me like last
214,
week.
that's right. 214 kept timing him out in Mikey's.
Oh, really? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and
And that 214. I don't even know why 214 has a spanner on Mikey's. He really. I'll let Mike know next time
yeah,
to
because
remove.
214 Tricky was all drunk and he's like, Mikey, he's like, give 214 spanner and doesn't have one. He's like,
Yeah,
okay. And then
214 is the
right
last
away,
person to
oh,
get
okay.
to need a spanner, especially on Mikey's channel.
Yeah, and he kept like, and like I said, like I don't like calling people out or reversing people's like timeouts and shit. But I was like, why the fuck you keep like timing this guy out? Like I don't know the history and shit, but that's a weak move. And I've heard 214 on panels a little bit here and
Oh
there,
yeah.
where I kind of feel like
All he does on panel is cry, cry, cry. It's like what
yeah,
the fuck?
but he like talks about like he's like I'm sober, I don't drink. I think that's the same guy, or is that
Yeah, yeah.
the
He done jail
yeah
time and shit like that. He's been with the pen. He
two
knows what
one
it
four
takes.
and gallbladder drugs? This guy knows everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gotta be Spoon.
He's gotta be Spoon. Fucking A. Fucking Spoon, boy. God damn. Because Spoon would never say that in his real name. You see what I mean? Spoon would never say that because he's so fucking scared. Fucking Spoon is scared as fuck. And everybody knows that. You know what I mean?
And Spoon hates Godplan, like kind of. He's like Godplan's a pussy, like or what?
Oh, I
It's
know, I
God.
know.
He's the Godplan is a fake gangster or whatever.
Spoon comes in with like, oh man, no, the G comes in out of nowhere. He's just starts attacking my friends. I was like, bro, listen to yourself. He's literally talking about people that he met on the internet, like like literally oceans, on the other side of the planet type of shit.
Yeah, I've
But
narrowed it
he's
down to
worried.
four people. I'm gonna say Mike Chev, Raider, Spoon, or uh who the fuck was the other person I was thinking of? Uh
Raider? Oh, you said Raider already. But
yeah.
Gaza.
Yeah, or Gaza
I don't think
Sweden.
it's
I
Gaza.
guarantee you it's probably one of those four.
Yeah,
It's fun
Gaza
to
wouldn't
kind of
know.
guess. You'll never know, but yeah, it's fun
Gaza
to
wouldn't
kind of.
know 214, 214, or whatever his name is.
I don't think it's Timmy, to be honest. Timmy doesn't talk like that. Timmy types too much like a nerd. But you never know. But and he keep whoever the truth is keeps saying Richard and
Oh yeah.
Rick, yeah, Timmy is very sensitive about his own shit. He'll call out. There are certain people that will talk a lot of shit about other people, but as soon as they get a little bit back on their end, they fucking run off. They get very offended and like, "Oh, get rid of this guy or ban him or I'm not coming back to your channel." It's like, well, why do you keep saying it all the time? You know? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Blue's a little bit like that. Uh, I gotta go take a leak. I'll be right back
Oh, okay, okay.
in like 2 minutes.
You good? You good? But yeah, I already know 214 is gonna get his spanner removed from Mikey's. That's for damn sure. I can vouch for that. There's no questions about it. Like you don't just hide people. It's not even your channel. I can understand if it's your channel, and I understand that you're weak. The words that come out of people's mouths hurt your feelings and shit like that. But you don't hide people on other people's channel unless it's your fucking channel. You get fucking permission. It's just that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Or explain the reason why you're hiding them. I like to explain the reason why I'm hiding people. I really don't hide people. I really don't hide people because I really don't give a fuck what anybody says. Is my audio working? Yeah, it is. I really don't care what people say. It's like it goes like right now. I haven't seen Spoon in a while. That went in one ear, not the other one. This one here says Blue got rid of her family with her whining. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. But even that comment went in one ear, not the other. You got to understand how people work. I mean, I get it. It's YouTube, isolated incidents, as it were. But me, on the other hand, it's more like the more people type in the chat. I've been attacked on so many panels. It's not even for every time I type in MCFs, I get straight up. Oh, here comes fucking Quinny's boy. I'm like, no, I'm not Quinny's boy. I'm my own fucking entity. Oh, you mean the fact that I support Quinny? Okay, cry me a fucking river. Nobody cares. If you hate her, hate her. I don't hate her. I have nothing against her. I'm not gonna hate her just because you want me to hate her. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like that'll put me in the same boat you're in. Typing underneath an alt account and can't even hit the panel, can't even rebuttal versus what they're saying. Bunch of bullshit left and right. That shit's fucking hilarious if you ask me. I like getting people's ghosts, to be honest with you. Just the other day, cousin hit me on his channel, then he unhid me. Then I start rolling with him like, oh yeah, cousin this, cousin that. Let's go send a raid to Lenny Foxman. When in reality, I don't give a fuck what he does. Like he could ban me forever. I don't care. Like what the if he bans me forever, I will never have to go to his channel anymore because I'm not allowed to type there anymore. It's just that simple. It's not even rocket science. I'll go there, type in the chat, and the comment doesn't pop up on the screen, then I'll leave. It's just that simple. It's my fucking internet at the end of the day. You know what I mean? What I choose to do with my internet is my choice, basically. Pretty much sums it down.
Yeah, the only one on the American side that I've come across that I kind of find is like super goofy is that Joe Walsh, Joey Smash
Oh
guy.
yeah, yeah.
That guy is fucking goofy as fuck, and I'm like, but he has like this because you kind of watch like you do this too, right? Like you kind of study or like kind of watch people in the background a little bit, see what like their angle is. He has like this Papa Jib kind of angle to him, in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah,
Yeah.
he does. Yeah, but his is more like Papa Jib's is way darker. Obviously, you know that already. Papa
Oh yeah,
Jib will
yeah.
sit there
Well,
and say he's gonna uh our fucking Simon's wife and everybody in his family and shit like that.
yeah, yeah. But like with
But you
so like
get
with
it, you
Joey,
know.
it's like kind of like the same thing. If you get riled up and you say shit to him, he won't like react. He'll just throw it back at you. So you have to kind of like change it up and change it in a way where it's like, no, you're talking too much shit. Like you can't like get yourself worked up. Papa Jib and Bill West, good guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely Spoon. We get
So,
it, Spoon. We get it, Spoon.
whoever that account's fucking all over the place. He's doing it on
Yeah,
purpose. He's doing it on
that's
purpose.
why that's why when I said right on day one when I saw him, I said I called him out a long time ago. I called him out. That's Spoon. I already knew right off the bat. Like,
Truth is funny. I haven't seen an alt account like that in a long time. That is actually like makes me laugh.
yeah. An alt account that has so much knowledge on like three different communities. It's like, okay, yeah, I know who you are. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but
Like, but
they're
yeah.
just fucking around. They're not saying anything bad either or anything. Yeah. Usually, like the Delta can come in because like they're afraid to like say shit on their own to the like Sean, you're
Oh
this or you're
yeah.
that or what. They just go right at it because they're not afraid to get banned because I don't know an alt account. They're just
Oh
having
yeah.
fun. So
Sean, do you
good on
have a
them.
spanner here, Sean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay. I just got a spanner up news door and shit. I'll be right back.
All
Hold
right.
on. Let me get it.
I'm growing this channel too, by the way. Yeah. I don't really. I think I know who you are, dude. But I kind of don't. I'm kind of new, so I'm not trying to be negative or anything. But yeah, I saw you in Mikey's the other night, and you in DFW, and it's
Yeah. Nah.
weird because I kind of know
I can't.
DFW a little bit, and it's
Yeah.
like he
I
comes.
can't do DFW because me and him had a go
Oh
about
yeah,
3 or 4 months ago, and I literally destroyed him on the panel, and he hasn't got over it. I have nothing against the guy. I told him multiple times, "You're more than welcome on my channel back. You're welcome back on my channel. I destroyed you. Okay, get over it. Boo, cry me a river. But you still have a spanner on my channel. He took my spanner away. He hit me multiple times. Tied me out and shit
does he
like that.
do? Because he acts like I think the couple times I've heard him on a panel, he acts like he has morals or whatever morals, and it's like
Morals?
yeah, morals, and it's like, do you?
Ah,
Is he
that
doing?
you
Is he
don't have. You
trolling?
can't.
Like
He's just trolling because nobody
Like,
has morals on
does he
YouTube. If he
purposely
had
fuck with
morals,
people on the panel, or is he actually trying to be like a good person when he's on the panel? 'Cause I hate people
I
that
don't know.
fucking try and when come on the panel and they try and act like they're like you know they're a
Yeah.
good person, but generally they're not a good person. They're trying to twist that around on you. I'm like, no,
Well,
I don't go with that.
how about this for a good person? He's 47, 48, whatever. He just barely recently got out of jail in 2020. So how is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
a good person? You see what I mean? Like, and those are from his own words. You see what I mean?
I
So
think
you
I
mean to
yeah.
tell me you're 44 years old committing crimes like a little fucking juvenile? What the fuck? You know?
He's in Texas too, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's my neighbor.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of know who he's through like the tie. It's like back in like when I first got into this shit, mostly on the Thai side during the lockdowns in 2020. Sometimes I'd wake up and like you can't sleep, and Lepard was live, mostly with the Thai side, but he would have like a bunch of people come on from the American side too. That was like the
Oh
one
yeah.
place where like people, and he had this. I think it was like him and like
Pretty eyes, maybe.
real shit and like Aztec was over there and they were
Oh
like
yeah.
having to go at Pick Boss. I don't know if you know who Pick Boss is. He's
Yeah,
from the Thai
yeah.
side.
He
And
lives in like North Dallas over there by the
yeah, and they were
University of
like
Texas.
threatening to like meet each other up. They were like all close. And he was like, fuck
Oh yeah.
214 and fuck real shit, you know. And then Pick Boss was kind of like, fuck. He's like, this shit's too much for me. And he like kind of hinted like he was like too like paranoid and shit for a little bit where he like was
Oh yeah.
ignoring like those locations in real life. I'm like, yeah, like you don't want to get to that point, dude.
It's funny because like Big Boss, he lives right next to up in North Dallas, so they were literally neighbors. Like they could have met up, you know.
I
But
get yeah, but
you
they
gotta
didn't get
ask
along.
yourself, yeah.
Uh,
But either way it goes, I mean, you're talking about Big Boss who was in college at the time versus 214 who barely got out of doing a stretch,
in
whatever.
jail, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you think he
Yeah, I
wants to
wouldn't
go
want to
back
know.
to jail, quote unquote? He wants to go back. I don't think he would want to
But he
go
could,
back
like
go
I
back to
said, the
jail.
morals and shit. He comes across as like when I've heard him on panel. He's like, I don't drink, I don't smoke. What do you do? And I just do my thing. You think he mentioned that his wife is like in hospital? I think even at one point or something
Nah,
like that.
she's a nurse. She's a nurse.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like I don't know. I guess it takes a while to get to know someone. And then I started
But
I saw him
my
arbitrarily
only
timing
thing,
out the nuz.
yeah,
Like,
he
yeah.
started
And,
timing out nuts and he timed me out. Just because if you get his goat, he gets butthurt and starts timing out. It's like that's the weakest
oh
thing you
yeah,
could
I
do.
don't like people
It's
like
like what
that.
the fuck?
That shit's weak. That shit is
Yeah.
weak. Don't act like you're a tough
So
guy in real life, and then you do
exactly,
shit like
that's
that.
exactly where I was going. Like,
'Cause
why
then
are
you're
you
not
gonna
tough
come
in
on the
real life.
internet and pretend like you're the hardest motherfucker on the planet? and then you're gonna silence somebody. It's like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
fucking Randy would fucking kick his ass probably then if that's the case.
9 times out of 10, he probably would. He'll rather he'll just bring up Bitcoin and stock, and next, he's like, all right,
Yeah,
fuck it, eh?
that's funny.
And Matt, speaking of, I was on Randy's panel yesterday, or this morning actually.
Oh God, he still does panels.
The only reason I hit his link was because he was typing in the chat. It's just him. He's like, "Oh, you scared? You guys are scared? Hit my link, you bunch of pussies." So
I
here I
went.
am. All right,
Maybe I
I
should
hit his link.
subscribe to him. I went to his channel like a year and a half ago, and he had like there was literally no one there. It was just him like playing video games. And then I looked
Oh yeah.
like at his past channels, and he had no one there. And I'm like, poor bastard.
Oh
And then
no.
he,
If you ever if you're awake in the wee hours of the morning, like 3 or 4 in the morning, and if he's live, I mean he'll let you up. That's
oh
basically what
yeah,
I did. I was up there for like 10 seconds. I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
He all he likes to do is do the back and forth though. Sometimes I'm not really into that anymore. You
Oh
know, and
yeah.
his
Like
his back and forth is like weak.
he
My
throws a
opinion.
jab, and it's like, all right, let's see where you go with this.
Yeah. It's like it's too much of the same old, you know? I don't like people that like I'm not nothing against him, but like I don't like people that like repeat themselves constantly on the panel. Like the same it's like, yo, if you already like lost the first round, stop trying to repeat it. This if you want
Oh
a
yeah.
second round, you know, if that makes any sense. I don't know. That
Oh,
sounds retarded.
that's what got me on the panel because I typed in his chat, "Sean the sheep owns you,"
Oh, really? Funny.
and then and next I'm on the fucking panel. But the other reason was to get behind the whole what's this whole at thing showing up on everybody's channel and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
slowly coming out.
yeah.
I don't
He,
know.
he didn't know nothing about it. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, we'll see what I've seen like it looks like I've seen some channels too that have had it and then it's like gone like the next day
Oh
because
yeah,
they started it yesterday and
yeah,
then
yeah,
now
yeah.
it's some channels like Hostel had it and then it looks like now her channel doesn't have it. So it's weird what
Oh,
the
that's
fuck
fucking
YouTube's
crazy.
doing right now behind the scenes. And then I'm like, oh,
Uh,
maybe they took it away, but Smokey still has it.
oh,
But like
okay,
Capio doesn't have it, you know? So
oh
who the fuck
damn.
knows? I don't know.
It's gonna be one of those hit or miss, just so people can type in under their alt account and they'll be like, oh shit, I just literally typed two different messages and one was
Have you
positive, one was negative. Oh
have you
man.
done that? I've done that before. If you have an alt account and maybe you've had a few to drink or whatever, and you don't
Oh yeah,
realize,
yeah.
yeah, like I've been typed on the alt account, but I realize I'm on my sheep account, and I'm like, whoops. And I type in like some bad shit, like someone's like fucking like personal shit, and I'm like, oh crap. And I'm like, should I retract the message?
Huh.
It's too late right now. And you'd be surprised how many people like don't like pay
They don't
attention.
catch it. They don't catch
Yeah.
what it's saying.
It's like, wow, like no one's calling me out on this shit. And then I'll wait for like the comment to like scroll up and then I'll retract it or whatever. Like just in case, you know, or whatever. Uh, but in the
Yeah, that's
past,
it.
I don't really do that anymore. Yeah, but yeah.
I did that quite a few times, honestly. But then I started thinking to myself, why don't I just take credit for whatever I say? Like, why don't I come in with an alt account and say, hey, this is Bojangles, this is who I am. I'm gonna say whatever I want to say.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like get credit
Yeah.
for your comments. Because some of those
Like
comments be
I've done
golden
that with
sometimes,
you.
you know?
Like I've gone backstage and I'm like,
Oh
and you're
yeah,
smart. You're the
yeah.
second person in the whole YouTube universe that finally it's like sometimes I gotta like you'd be surprised. People don't even pick that shit up when I spell it out like that for them. I
Yeah.
gotta like literally say to them, no, this is
Shit.
me. And they're still
Yeah.
skeptical about it, you know? And I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, no, you pick that shit up and it's like, okay, fine. It's just but it's like the reason why I did that too, because it's like, it's amazing because like your stream would end and then people get so butthurt about some of the alt accounts, they'll shadow ban them afterwards, you know? So that's why I was like,
Oh
oh
yeah.
man, it's whatever, you know? And
Speaking
I'm
of,
not going to bring that account back. So for a
speaking of,
while at least.
I learned. Oh no, that was a nice account, by the way, too. I never.
That was, yeah, no, you laughed at me. You and, A British guy who streams picks up
Yeah.
laughs at my alt accounts like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to cross the line. I feel like if someone gets pissed off about my alt account, then I'll like, okay, fine, I'll let it go. You know, like if someone tells me to stop, then I'm like, okay, yeah, because I want everyone to have a laugh. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to like dig into people or whatever. That's why I think like that Joey fucking Smash guy. He's not funny. Like, dude, you're not funny. You're just being an idiot. It's like,
Yeah.
like, cause
He
and he'll
got
just
thrown
try and
in.
just throw it back at you. You won't
Oh
care.
yeah.
He'll talk over you probably and shit and like yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
a,
on panel back when him and Sean were or Lenny Sean were
yeah.
still together or whatever. But that was like I just didn't get a good feeling. I was like, I'm
Even
wasting my
like with
time with him.
Sean, like I just started to
Yeah.
figure out like more about him, and like I kind of don't really mind the guy to a certain degree. Like I know he's got has his issues and shit, but like I don't know if he's behaving like okay, then like all right. He's laughed at some of my comments and stuff, so I'm like, okay, it's all good. Yeah, he's come over to Ron's a couple times on
Oh
the
yeah.
panel.
Damn. Oh
And I'm
shit.
like, what the fuck is this guy doing over here? I'm like lurking in the background, and everyone's like, "Yo, who the fuck are you?" You know, like, yeah. I threw
It's
God
weird.
Plan.
It's weird what he remembers. What he remembers is so fucking weird. Like, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. I threw God Plan over on this guy called Gary from the Thai genre who runs like a low key like four or five people might watch him on like a Saturday night or something like that. And no one was live. I threw him over, and he jumped on the panel because him and Craig Ruzin was over there. So I was like, "Oh, Craig Ruzin is on this panel right now," and he's like, "Drop the link." So I'm like, "All right." And fucking Godblind showed up there, and everyone was like getting all these mongers, like what do they call them? Like Johns and shit, slang for like people that pick up hookers, you know,
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
They're getting all pissed off in the fucking
Oh
chat and
damn.
shit. They're like at Goblin, they're calling him Muslim and shit.
Oh damn.
Goblin's all hammered. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning on the West Coast. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. 2 a.m. God plans time. Jeez.
Yeah, he was like, Sean the Sheep brought me over here. He had he had a bottle of whiskey that he like downed like fucking half. That was the time when he was left on Mikey's by
Oh well,
himself
yeah. Oh
uh
damn.
after like a full panel. I know that's happened a bunch of times, but then the next
Yeah.
morning he woke up and he was like still there like dancing and shit, and everyone was like, what the fuck? Then he like got all emotional and stuff.
Because he'll be on one stream and stream on another phone device and shit. So yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, "All right, come over to my channel, or whatever." And then,
Hey, what up, Canadian cat?
yo, what up, buddy? As soon as we start talking about Godblind, Canadian Cat shows up.
Yeah. Oh shit.
His ears
Yeah.
were fucking perking.
It's funny because Godplan would not travel unless, like, literally, hey, Godplan, go here. This is where we're going. Unless you have to look visibly show him where you're going. Like right
Yeah,
now, I shared it out under Two Fries, and apparently Godplan, what up? But yeah, apparently got Tricky hasn't even got the notifications. You know what I mean? Tricky's probably over there with Casey Jones at the moment. Who knows?
he could be backstage, or he could be, I don't know. Not backstage here. I just mean like backstage. Sometimes when the stream ends, people stay backstage, so he could
Oh
still
yeah,
be on
yeah, yeah.
Smokies, or
Yeah,
he's
cause Smokey ended. I went I just well I told you when I went over there and he was already off. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, because he would have been over here by now, in my
Hey,
opinion.
what up,
So he's on.
Smokey?
Yo, what up, buddy? What's
Let me
goody in the hoodie?
let me hand out some Spanish real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Yo,
I don't know.
Smokey, I was gonna jump on your panel, but it ended, so don't take that personally. I probably wouldn't have been enjoyable to most of your audience, to be honest. Your audience would have been like, "Yo, what the fuck? Let this guy back on."
Can you still hear me? By the way.
Now I can.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So you can still hear me. I didn't even. I've always muted. What the fuck is wrong with me? I've always muted when I switched over to the YouTube side. I guess I could. I guess if you can still hear me, I'm gonna stop muting myself. All this time I was muting myself for the past couple of months, I guess.
Yeah, no, sometimes yeah, I think that's like the one thing I do is mute myself. I fucking vomited on panels a couple times, so I'm like,
Oh,
am I muted? I look up
oh
after it.
damn.
I think one time I wasn't muted and people didn't fucking pick up on that shit or they didn't clip it. And I'm like, well, fucking thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
those were
wonder
the
where. Well, shit. I wonder where Tricky went then. Fuck. Oh well. It is what
yeah,
it
I don't know.
is.
Maybe I know he doesn't have the kids over this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Or actually no, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Um
Cause I know,
so yeah.
I wouldn't be live if Mikey was live already. I would have just jumped over his and shit. It saves my battery juice, if anything.
Yeah.
my
No, I
the
don't know where
battery
the
on
fuck.
my device. For some reason, when I go live, it just drains it. But when I join a panel, it works. I don't know
He
what it is,
probably
but it
hasn't
works different.
seen like your thing or whatever on his page.
Yeah,
Because a
Tricky,
lot
you
of
felt
people
me,
aren't
Tricky.
subscribed to this channel. They just see it when
No,
it pops up on the
well,
prize thing.
oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, cause I shared it out on the fries, and that's how
Yeah, he
you
probably
know.
hasn't seen that, or like sometimes YouTube is fucked up. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Hell, I ain't got but 20 subscribers. So when I said when two people were in the chat, that's literally 10% of my subscribers. So yeah, that's not too many
Yeah,
people can say that, you know. Oh shit,
Chia.
that's just
Tricky with the Smokies, but they're coming here. Oh, cat Canadian cat says Tricky's on his way
Oh, okay,
over.
okay.
I
That'll work.
guess.
Well, damn.
Yeah,
Fuck,
apparently.
he might want
He-
to hurry. I got like another 30 minutes left. Maybe 25. Well, shit, I
yeah,
mean, damn.
Mikey's probably fucking watching JPN.
Yeah,
He's either with his
Jesse Lee.
brother talking with Ali for fucking hours on end or fucking listening to fucking Jamie Lee Peterson as he fucking passes out.
Oh yeah. All of those are actual events and possibilities, just so everybody knows.
Uh, but if he sometimes I'm like glass half full, glass half empty. All right, if he passes out now, he'll be up by midnight. Then he's gonna go live.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You ever woken up in the morning and seen that like Mikey went live at like 3 or 4 a.m. and you're like, what the
yeah.
fuck?
For like an hour, then you go back and watch it. It's nothing but JLP or some kind of Trump speech or something like that.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I waited fucking all night, like yesterday, for you to go live.
Like,
And
yeah,
fucking you go live at
man.
fucking 3 a.m. and then you're wondering why no one hits your link.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. He's like, "Oh, come on up here, fries. Don't leave me like this." I'm like, "Bro, you're coming on at a time when I'm gonna go to sleep versus when I'm waking up, which is like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. or 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. or whatever, you know." But no, he wants to
Yeah.
sit there and go live at 9 a.m. And I'm like, nah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's funny. Or you'll hear him pop. Well, I guess no one wants to come on the panel, so have a good night, all. Like, dude, it's
Yeah,
fucking 4 a.m.
yeah.
The fuck's the matter with you? I don't
I'll
know.
jump on this panel like let me say I'm gonna say 12 a.m. and up, because then I'm awake until like 12 a.m. the next day, 12 p.m. the next day, and then but after that I'm out, and I won't
Yeah,
be back till like 9 or 10 or 12 a.m. the next day, you
I
know.
can't do the late night. Yeah, I'll just if he goes live, yeah, like 12 a.m. or before my time, I'll usually jump on. But if anything after that, I'm like, nah, can't do it. I just don't have it in me. It's
Oh
me.
yeah. Like right now today, I woke up at 6 p.m., 6:30, and that's the reason I went live. I was like, well, fuck, Mikey's still not on. I'm like, I'm expecting Mikey to be on. Like, nope,
Yeah,
he
he
wasn't
went
on. So,
live 10 a.m., 10:30 my time. And I'm
oh
like,
yeah,
oh, that's
yeah,
fucking early. But I'm like, oh, okay, he's getting his shit started early. He'll be live for a while. And then after fucking an hour and a half or 2 hours, he's like, his stream ended. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah. I know that shit. I knew I shouldn't have said nothing, but I told him I shared him out, and I guess what you said happened the previous night. I guess threw him off. He's like, he
Yeah.
didn't want all them people there.
And Mac doesn't open up his panel at all
Oh no,
anymore.
he needs to give the keys to Tricky. That's what needs to happen. Make
Probably.
Mac
Hopefully
key.
Tricky doesn't get carried away, but I've been saying I kind of said that a couple times. I'm like maybe Tricky needs to get the keys, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if Mike wants to do that. It kind of sounded like Mike was not drunk enough to go down that road.
Oh yeah. Because Tricky doesn't care. He'll sit on a panel for hours and hours. If somebody pops in, somebody pops in. If they don't, oh well. He'll just
Yeah,
continue doing his thing.
but
But
if Tricky has the
Mac goes live and he'll just sit there, read every other comment, and which is
yeah,
good.
Max
But
kind
at
of
the same time, he's
like
like,
sounds kind of bitter in the last little bit. I don't know whether it's because of that blue thing. I didn't see it, but I heard enough about it. I was trying to be
oh
nice
yeah,
to him last night on the panel. They thought I fell asleep, but I didn't. I was just muted for a while. And yeah, no, Mac doesn't sound like happy. Like he's just I guess he's going through like a in and out stage. I don't know or what the fuck it is. But doesn't sound like he wants to hang out on Mikey's.
oh
Maybe
no.
that's why Mike's not going live.
I
I
tell you
think
this
they
much:
had
if I
some
had the
shit.
keys,
Yeah, I think they
oh
had some shit happen behind the scenes this weekend. That's my opinion.
yeah, yeah, because I was on a different channel. And Ali's like, I sent you an email. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I read between the lines. I'm one of those guys that likes to read between the lines.
Yeah,
So the
yeah,
minute the
yeah,
minute Ali sent that to Mac,
yeah,
telling him to read his emails and this and that, I'm like, oh, okay, something must have happened.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. When you put two and two together, it's like it doesn't come across as all that dumb. It's like, okay, yeah, Mike's not
Cause,
going
cause,
live and
yeah,
Mac's not around. Okay, they probably had some shit that probably happened behind the scenes.
oh yeah. But
It'll
I
blow over.
completely, yeah, yeah. But I completely agree. Like, give Tricky back the keys. Like, the worst thing he ever did was change the name. Oh well, like
Yeah, because like,
it
who
was
else you
more
gonna
a
give him
comedy,
to?
if
There's
anything. Yeah, cause
there's
Mac is,
Dave Walker. Well, I asked him, "Do you still have the keys?" And he said no. But like he, to be honest, he was terrible. Like he just was never around at the
yeah,
right moments.
yeah,
And
it
I
was
got
hit or
nothing against
miss.
Dave, but yeah. Um, but he doesn't have them anymore, and it's just Mac. And I'm thinking, okay, probably give him better off giving him the Tricky. He's probably the best, most trustful person,
Yeah,
unless
cause
he, yeah,
he's not gonna porn bomb his home state channel. Like that's where Tricky became Tricky, basically. You see, so why would he porn bomb his own? Like, you know,
you just gotta make sure he doesn't get to the point where he starts booting people like he did the last time he had the keys. Where like, cause some
oh no,
people like they leave and then they don't come back. They take that as like, okay, fuck you, fuck this channel, and then like they don't give second chances or whatever,
oh
like
yeah,
some
yeah,
decent like Tricky got to that point where, and I'm not talking, it's nothing against Tricky, I love Tricky, but he just was like, he's like, I'll fucking boot you right now. No, I'm gonna boot you. And he like ended up booting like fucking everybody off the panel like more than a few times. It was like, dude, what are you doing?
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
No, but
that's when Mac and
everybody,
him had like a
yeah,
feud. Then the feud started between him and Mac, right? I don't know if you were around or you saw that, but yeah.
oh yeah. But
That's
everybody, if
when
they don't understand who Tricky is by now, something's not right. You see what I mean? You know,
yeah, yeah.
everybody pretty much understands who Tricky is, and what he does and shit like that.
It's kind of weird actually to think about it because that's when it's like Mac, how I know Tricky
Oh yeah,
is through because Mac Mac doxed him and Avery kept
oh yeah.
doxing him.
No, no. Well, yeah, they pretty much like they pretty much talk to each other. Tricky showed a
Yeah,
picture of Mac's house and
yeah.
this and that.
It's like it was funny.
Matter of fact, I still got an avatar, not on this account, but I on my other Google account, I got an avatar of Mac's house. Allegedly, that's his house.
uh, I'm
I
done.
accidentally came up on panel one time on a different channel with Mac's house as my avatar, and Mac's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" but
I've
but
got a
again, it goes to that reaction. He should have never
yeah.
reacted like that. You know what I mean?
I've got a couple of nefarious accounts in the Thai genre from like back in the day, and I'm like, I should not use these accounts, but like I do
No.
once in a while when I'm really bored because it gets such a crazy reaction from like whatever channel it is, and people start talking about that account and like who it is, and I'm like, yeah, yo, what up, Frankie? How's it going, buddy? You guys still have the yeah, you're in do they still have the heat wave? It's like fucking 100. I think it's all done. It was only like 2 days or whatever. It was like over 100 over there. Must must have been crazy hot down in Florida.
Nah, heat wave over here is basically regular temperature. It just stays hot.
Yeah, over here has been fucking shit. Today was actually decent in the afternoon, um, but it cooled down quite fast once like four
Oh
o'clock
yeah.
hit.
Like over here, if you're not out and about by 6 or 8 in the morning, anything after 9 or 10 a.m., all the way till 6 or 7 p.m., you can't
Yeah,
really do nothing out in the. It's just way too hot.
yeah, yeah.
It gets
You gotta.
it gets to where you it's just miserable.
You're always on the move though, right? Like you don't have to. You're always like
Oh yeah,
rolling
yeah.
like from place to place, huh? Yeah. So you get to experience uh like different like climates, I guess. That's the best way to put
Oh
it.
yeah.
I don't know.
But for the
Gotta have
most
that.
part, it's either going to be hot and humid or just a dry heat, which I prefer a dry heat because I can deal with the dry heat. You know what I mean? The humid is a whole different ball
Yeah,
club.
the
It's like the
humid.
humidity.
You ever set foot in like Thailand? Oh man, that shit's brutal,
Oh dang.
dude. Especially
Yeah.
like if you're not like full on like white and shit. Like you kind of like you got to shower like 3 times a day. Like it takes a while to get used to it.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, shit's not comfortable at all. Like I can't. I can understand people that are used to it. Like for me, for example, like the Florida sun compared to the California sun, I kind of prefer. People might think there's no difference or whatever. I like the California weather, and that's the one thing I'll say good about Cali. Like currently, is like the California weather is fucking brilliant, even like at the peak of summer, to a certain degree. And that's no offense to the Florida people, but I don't know. I would just find it because I'm not used to it. I didn't grow up to that type of thing, you know. So I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
it's just too uncomfortable for me.
Like
Down in
tropical
Texas, it's like
rainforest type of weather.
yeah, no, I just to be sweating. It just your body's not used to it, you know? They say eventually you do get used to it, but it takes like 2 or 3 months, and I think that is the case. But yeah, you gotta really expose yourself and like I've gone to like Thailand and you go out to like get like some food, like go for a walk for like 5 or 10 minutes. You can't go to the park in that part of the world. It's terrible. That's why you have all these fat fucking old guys walking around. They don't get any exercise because you can't go to. It's just way too. You can't go to the park, and they have parks, but you can't go there and like lay down and like relax or sit on the bench or something like that if you wanted to. It's just way too hot. That's you'll get like the sun will just kill you like if unless you have like a bottle of water with you like right away, and it's like that like almost all year round.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. 'Cause I know over here, like I'll go to Houston, and it's just the minute that you step out, it's automatically you can feel the water in the air. Basically,
Yeah,
that's basically
yeah.
what it
I
is.
don't. Houston's brutal.
It gets hard to
Um,
breathe, and then you're miserable sitting there. Just you could stand there and break a sweat. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just from all
they
the water in the air, and it makes you, if anything, it makes you feel more uncomfortable than anything else. I mean, because I could sit there and water with the water hose over me all day and just, you know, take an
yeah, it's
outside
brutal. Like
shower. But
San Antonio, I seen like people like I hate that shit. Like the peak of summer, everyone's wearing like bikinis and like going to like the liquor store and shit. All the women and stuff, like Southern girls, and it's like I don't know. It's like all right, I guess that's okay. It's kind of trashy though. I don't know
oh
if you know what I'm
yeah,
talking about, but yeah,
yeah,
I no lawn to mow and shit like that in your backyard, and yeah, I don't
oh
know.
dang,
I don't know. Yeah, I guess those
that's
guys aren't
crazy.
coming over, huh? Frankie's here, Cat's here, but I guess
Oh yeah,
oh,
I'm actually.
Frankie. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was actually gonna call it actually. 'Cause I was only
Yeah,
gonna do like an hour and a half. I was waiting for like Mikey to literally. I was waiting for Mikey to pop up, but I guess you're right. I mean, he might be going through some things. Who knows? There's no
Sound,
telling.
yeah, it sounds like I would guess that him and Mac have had some beef. I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that, and maybe, man, who knows? That's I
Yeah,
don't know.
but what the fuck tricky is that? But yeah, Frankie, really quick. Frankie says, "Okay, where I'm in, I I found this by accident. I heard sheep, so it must be okay."
Oh yeah. Oh, he don't recognize my voice. You don't recognize my voice, Frank 47. This is number two with fries, or two fries, or fries, whatever you want to call me. A lot of people call me fries,
Yeah,
but
this is just an alt account, or a backup just to
back up,
see where
backup
people are
channel.
hanging out, where people are. Yeah, it's weird how like you'll see shit going on during the midweek, and you're like, damn, like if I wasn't like busy or working, like I jump on the panel, I'll wait till the weekend, and then the weekend comes around, no one's fucking live, no one
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah. Oh, it makes me sick to my stomach too. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's like
I mean, I wake up at 12 a.m. Friday morning, and I'm thinking, well, I'll jump on Mikey's as soon as I wake up. No, that didn't happen this week. Oh well. I'm thinking like, oh, let me do another 12 hours of Mikey's. He already owed me a lot of money, but yeah.
yeah, like we had to make fucking Tricky go live last night. That was all right, but at the same time,
Uh,
it's not the same, you know? Like even like fucking I was looking at like a bunch of fucking channels, like even like the Kelly
oh yeah.
Caldwell guys and like Marissa Sparkles and shit, which I don't even kind of want. I'm like, no one's fucking live. I'm like, this is fucking stupid, man. I'm like, yeah, no one's
Oh,
live
I know.
fucking
It's
anywhere.
been it's been dead for a while now. Actually, to be honest with you, it's been like slowing down. It's like, what the fuck's going on,
It's
type
been
of shit.
dying off everywhere. Yeah. People have
Yeah.
been asking me to do StreamYards. And I'm like, no, I can't. It
You
wouldn't
know who
work.
needs to? With that being said, you know who really needs to do one? It's Spoon. It's like, you bring all that fucking energy. Why don't you
Yeah.
put that energy to use? But no,
He
I
would
don't
be
know why he does.
terrible at being a host.
You think so? Yeah, I think yeah. As far as like letting the other person speak, yes, you're right about that. But as
Yeah,
far as like
he would just,
him
yeah.
opening up, let's say for
He's more of
instance
a. Some people are
he
just
comes
good
in.
at being a guest. You know, like
Yeah.
he's awesome as a guest. I just can't see him being a host. He's just not doesn't have that character in him, and it just want to work out. It's like nah.
Oh yeah.
It's like this isn't you. Yeah, Mac
Like
could do a hosting stream. I think.
yeah. I
Um.
think Spoon would do perfect actually. But but like you said, if there's a limit, he's gotta go live, and the first hour he does his thing, reads chat, does his weekly recap or whatever it may be, and then boom,
Yeah.
you pop up and open the panel. Then you let the other person talk. You don't over like you don't just take over the whole deal. You let that person have their piece, and they say you maybe interact with them every so often, but you don't completely take over the whole deal. But I
Exactly.
told
Yeah.
him multiple times. I told him multiple times, like, man, you can do it, but he just continues to refuse it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's a bit like me in that regard. Like even he told me he's like, as soon as you go live, Sean, he's like, I'll be one of the first people over there. I'm like, cool. I'm like, that's a nice thing to say, but
Oh yeah.
I can't. I'm like, yeah, no, I
You'd be
can't do it.
surprised what you're
He-
capable of, Sean. To be honest with you. I mean, it's just a matter of
Yeah,
pushing the
I
go
would be
live
full
button.
on. I just go hardcore into like the alcohol and shit, and it,
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't want to be like dependent on like, okay, when's sheep gonna go live too, and then dealing with trolls and stuff. I don't know. It's just It's just
Oh
not for
yeah.
me. I
I
wouldn't
have
mind
to
doing
catch
like some
myself.
live streaming, like just showing shit like around
Oh
like where
yeah.
I am and stuff.
I
But
have to catch myself. Like last week, Tricky caught me and saying, "Hey man, this person's talking about a bunch of pedo stuff in the chat." And Tricky caught it, so I'm like, "Okay, that person's hidden." Just that simple. But I have to catch myself because I'll just sit there and highlight every single comment. I don't care, because I could. I
oh
think
yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, I don't even like having
mhm.
spanners and fucking shit in chats and shit. You know,
But
it's
like
like
Tricky's like, hey, I've been timing this person out for the longest now. Have you not been watching? I'm like, no, I'm on the StreamYard side. What
mhm.
StreamYard and YouTube show is two different things. So once I got to the YouTube side, I was like, okay, this person's gone. It's just that simple. And I don't believe in hiding people, but if you're gonna come in as a pedo, you're gonna get hidden. It's just
Yeah, you've always So like back in the day, I think it was on Mike, because I think he lost one channel, one Acme. I think it was
Yeah,
on
yeah,
his
he
channel.
did.
So like, I used to come in on alt accounts pretending to be like Avery, or like going like I had like an account called like Max Underwear or something like that. And everyone's like, "That's Avery. I know that's Avery." Like Cha Cha Chubbs was around and stuff before she took her break and stuff, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, that's got to be Avery." And then I would
Yeah.
jump on the panel. I'd be like, "Avery, why are you making up these alt accounts?" And he's like, "It's not me." And I'm like, "No, don't lie." And he's like, "No, it's not me." But like in reality, it was me. And I
All
noticed like
this.
those, you would ban them and then you would unban them. Like you never banned any
Yeah,
account. And I
yeah,
was like
because I
kind of
feel
like, what
like
the fuck is
everybody,
up
even
with this
though
guy? Yeah,
I feel
uh,
like everybody has a voice, you know. That's what we're here
yeah.
for, right? We're not here to have our voice heard.
You were
I
trying to
mean,
be
but
like really
as far as like,
neutral. I'm like, okay, I kind of
yeah,
get it. I'm not trying to kiss ass or anything, but I was like, okay. I'm like, at first I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like banning the account like right off the bat. But then they would like get unbanned or whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, I guess he's trying to be neutral and shit, so it's all good. Yeah. Some people take offense to that stuff, or I don't know. Yeah, but it's funny.
truth be told, I really like when I see stuff typing in the chat and shit like that, it just rolls off my back, honestly. But I do
Oh yeah,
believe
no,
that
you get
everybody's here
desensitized
to
to
get.
it.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, I do believe that everybody's here to get their voice heard. So it depends on as long as you like again, as long as you don't say pedo stuff. Like I had a
well,
dude,
yeah,
AP's cat. AP's cat kept on coming in under saying pedo stuff, pedo this, pedo that. I'm like, why are you saying this? This is not the
yeah,
kind of
that
crowd
guy's a
we're trying
little
to.
bit of a clown. Queenie
This is not the
said,
crowd we're trying to attract here.
yeah, when Queenie was on the
They should.
panel, she's like,
Yeah.
that's AP's cat. That account's AP's cat. Watch, they're degenerates. They're autistic. That's all he does or whatever. And so finally, I'm like, and she's been doing this for a couple weeks or like 3 weeks or whatever, saying this shit. So finally, I clicked on one of those accounts. And yeah, it is this fucking weirdo that hangs out and like with like autistic guys, with guys with Down syndrome on live streams, and he like smokes weed and like thinks it's funny to like troll them and stuff. And like,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, man, this guy's fucked up. Like, I don't know if that's
It's
Fast Boy Craig or what the fuck, but yeah, just
it's the type of shit that he does, right? Basically.
yeah. So like, I'm all with Queenie on that one. Like, some things you just like, I don't know, I just can't handle, or I haven't gotten used to it yet. You know,
Oh
like I
yeah.
get it if you want to troll Queenie, it's fun and shit, but that guy's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even go on the pan. Like he won't. He'll go on the panel like with literal like autistic people, but like when it comes over to like these streams, like he won't go on a panel with Queenie. Maybe he has in the past, I don't know. But like he'll just like talk shit in the chat all the time and say like keyword stuff and like like the pedophilia shit. And it's like, yo, it's like
Oh
what the
yeah.
I don't
Trying
know.
to
It's like
get
what the
people
fuck?
to view life the way he views life, I guess, type of shit. Like, hey,
Yeah.
ride
No,
with me, or
I hate people like that. I hate all
Oh, I
that
know, I
fucking
know.
I've had people that have come on, they're like thinking they're like, Sean, you fucking they think because they believe like alt accounts and like other places that are actually me. They're like, "Oh, you've been talking shit about me." I had this one guy who was like, "You sleep with 6-year-olds," and I'm like, "Okay." Like that shit just rolls right off my back. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't really bother me because I'm
But
like,
but
it's
there's
not
always that one
true. I mean,
person.
like,
There's always that one person like, oh my God, Sean, he sleeps with six. You see what I mean? They'll
yeah,
get that and be
yeah.
like, oh my God, is that true, Sean? Is that true? I'm like, you obviously know that it's not true. What the fuck is wrong? What would I be doing on the internet? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. But
Some people are just
one, you
fucking.
don't react to it, and two, you just kind of
Yeah, yeah,
find a way to twist it back on them. Like, if
yeah.
that makes any sense. Those, I don't know, those people are messed up. Like I was saying last night, I think it was last night on Trickies. Like, if you talk to like Papa Jip, for example, he has that angle That's kind of similar to that. I think to that Joey guy, the Joey Smash guy, where if you say you sleep with kids, he'll go, "Yep, yes, I have,"
Oh
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh
and he
yeah.
won't
Papa
raise
Jibs
his
is good at
voice
that.
or
Trust
say
me.
anything,
Papa Jib
and
is real good with a straight face too. Papa
yeah,
Jib. That's what
and
I'm
it,
talking about. He's got that dark comedy side to him. It's like, yeah,
I,
you
yeah,
know
and
he's
you're like,
lying, but at the same
what
time
the
he's gonna
fuck?
roll with the punches. You know?
Yeah, and you'll get all riled up and something, but then that's what he feeds off of. That's his angle. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
he's using as ammo, you know? Like
That,
he's
that that's what
using
I.
that.
That, that's what I was referring to. Nobody understands Papa Jibs. You have to literally like live in his head to understand where like if you're gonna have a go at Papa Jibs, he's gonna agree just like you just said. He's gonna agree with you because
Yeah, like
that's his way
you
of
could
getting you
say
back, and
every
he got you
insult
back way
in the
worse than you
world.
ever tried.
Yeah, you could say every insult in the world, and he'll go. If he doesn't have a response, I'll go. Yeah, he'll agree. He'll go. Yeah, I know. Yes, I do. Or yes, I do sleep with my
Yeah,
son. And
or
you'll be like,
or so,
"W-
something like in the lines of,
yeah,
and you got a problem with that? Like type of shit. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. And you're like, well, yeah, that was the whole point to begin with. You know, he's got that Trump kind of like debate kind of personality where it's like he
Yeah.
throws it back at you, and people are like, "What the fuck?"
Can you imagine Papa Jib on Smokies or shit like that? You know what I mean? Like, oh man, that would throw
Yeah, well, no,
everybody off.
he's good. He's entertaining. He should come.
Yeah, yeah.
He's kind of like afraid. I don't know if afraid's the right word, but like he's kind of like afraid, yeah, to like bounce on panels and shit like here and there, like especially on the American side. I know he
Oh
works
yeah.
like during the daytime and stuff, but he's like he doesn't know whether like he'll feel welcome or not or that type of thing. Yeah, but he enjoys going on panels, so it's like
Oh
you should
yeah.
come on panels more often, you know, because there's a lack of like panel people and all around people are like prevented from going on the panel. There's a lack of hosts too, you know. Like look at it's Saturday night and we're on an alt fucking
Yeah.
fucking an alt stream, you know. Like,
Yeah.
there's alt accounts and now there's alt fucking streams going on. Like
Yeah.
it's like what the fuck? Like even Tricky
That
didn't
sucks
fucking
because
show up.
this account has better options. Like as far as streaming, I can actually share videos and well, I think I can. I'm not sure. I can I got an actual overlay and everything. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
weird. I don't know. I guess it depends on what time you create the account or whatever. But
Yeah,
I
no,
got
I
a
don't know too much about StreamYards. I've been asked to
see. I
be
got a
part of StreamYards.
overlay.
Oh yeah. So this would be like a good backup channel, like if the prize
Yeah,
ever
this
went
is what this
kind of
is.
dead. Yeah.
Basically I ran out of time of the other one, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do this one. If I'd
The
use
Five Guys is a good
the
name too, kind of, because it's kind of like a hint to the Hornets, like the original five,
oh yeah, the
like
original
the
five group.
Jackson Five. Yeah. Uh, I don't
uh,
know. It'd be like,
shit.
yeah. I'm like, yeah. I don't know. Fuck the Hornets. People who take that Hornets shit seriously, whatever. You're just you're just digging into what the whole trolling. If you want to be a Hornet, you got to be all about just having a good time, just having fun. You
Yeah,
know, that's
it's all about yeah, exactly. It's like not taking it to the extreme as far as seriousness has to go. You know what I
there is
mean?
no gang mentality in the Hornets. It's just people
Nah,
just giggling and laughing with one another to a certain degree.
that's
Yeah,
why when Blue
everyone gets
Topaz
along.
paints that picture of a cult leader manipulating
Yeah,
people, I'm like,
no,
no, what
that
the
shit's
fuck? Are you
stupid. That's a
serious?
bad angle. Like
Yeah,
I'll give her credit. She tries. She always doesn't give up to a certain degree. If you want to go down that road, like
yeah.
to for people that talk shit online and stuff, but it's like, yeah, stop with the fucking this and that. Like, no one wants to fucking hear that shit. You know, like,
And then
yeah,
I'll open my mouth to talk, and she'll be like, "No, no, no, you're not gonna manipulate me." I'm like, "What? I'm just talking
yeah.
normal. Maybe she thinks she holds me to, maybe she holds me to a certain caliber. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but
She,
I don't know.
she, I don't know. She thinks she's being clever, but she's not. And I don't mean that. I know she's like kind of like made amends and stuff. I'm not dumb enough to see how many times she's turned her back on me though, multiple times for no
Yeah,
reason
on
at all,
multiple
and
people.
giving me a hard time on a panel that's just completely normal. And it's like, okay, fine, we'll be friends, but I'm not gonna
Oh
trust you.
yeah.
And I've had people that are like that have like messaged me and stuff that have been like, "Oh, come on, let's team up. Let's take care of that topaz or whatever." I'm like, I can't be bothered. You know, she'll
Nah,
big.
I don't have nothing against you. That's the thing. I mean, like, shit. I've said it multiple times. I'm like, what the fuck? Tony
Yeah.
Kiwi told me to apologize. I did. I think I did. I'm not sure.
Oh,
You
I
know.
had to do that with her, yeah, once too. Ironically, the people that told me to apologize went after her like a year
Oh
later
yeah.
and said like way worse shit to her. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with some of these people? You know, like fucking hell.
Uh,
Uh,
I did it. I said it clearly. Like I said it in the way like, okay, since Tony Kiwi told me to apologize, I'm gonna apologize. And she's like, oh, for fuck, no, don't do it for because I told you. I'm like, well, that's the only reason why I'm
Tony
gonna do it.
Kiwi has
Yeah.
she's yeah, that's interesting you bring that up because I know she will jump on the bandwagon too when they think someone's like letting their guard down or they get ganged up on. She'll like turn on people like at a moment's but if you dig into her, she very, very quickly can't handle it on a panel. So I'm like, why do you thinking to myself? I'm like, why do you do this to yourself? Like, why do
Oh
you
yeah.
like put yourself in that position? Like, I've seen her get emotional so many times on a panel. And it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, chill out. Like, you gotta not go down that road. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
She's
you're
hilarious,
capable of being
actually.
a nice person. Just be a nice person.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. So you think Mikey's gonna go live or yes?
Nah, there's no. Well, news is saying let me see who's live. Donna's live. You want to jump over there? I don't know. I might
I
check
don't
it out.
know. I
Might have to
guess
jump over
I
to
don't
my
really go to
Tuesday
that
channel.
guy's channel,
Oh,
but
have you been there?
a couple times, yeah, but I've
Oh,
never
okay.
gone on the panel, and I've said like
Oh,
two. I don't know, like
I'm
some
not
of
even
those
sure if
guys.
he's running a panel or not, but
Yeah, I don't know. Let's keep this going for 9 more minutes at least,
uh,
uh, if you can. Yeah, I'll try and down another beer, make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah,
oh shit. Yeah.
I don't know if Kat's still around. Ali Jenny usually comes over here. She hasn't popped in, so that's kind of weird
Yeah.
too. Maybe they're. I don't know.
Shoot. I wonder who's live. Fuck.
Cause
Gotta be
she always
somebody.
does high end shit, you know?
Yeah.
So there's something going on behind the scenes in terms of like Mike's not happy about something.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be a
I
lot of
don't know.
things.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. Mike, maybe Mikey
That's the
doesn't
thing
realize
about
how
me.
much stuff he is.
You tell me to not say something like Mikey when he popped his address in the back chat. I'm not sure who he was giving it to. I think it was Minnie or I'm not sure, but I didn't say nothing. Like, to this day, I didn't even screenshot or nothing. I was like, because it meant nothing to
Yeah.
me. It's like it's just where he lives. I don't care where he lives. As far
Like
as
I
my
was on
concern, he
Tricky's
lives
last.
on these YouTube streets and does that.
I was on Tricky's last night for. I think he did what 2.5 hours or something like that, close to three. I didn't say anything bad about. We
Oh,
spoke about Mike, but I didn't say anything bad about him. So he probably was lurking here and there. I don't
yeah,
know if he was. Sometimes when Mike's drunk, he takes when he's like super hammered, he takes things the wrong way. There's a few people
yeah,
that are like that. Like
and
he reads what people are saying and he takes it like as an insult when it's not an insult at all. It's like, dude, I'm not talking about that at all. But
oh yeah,
he sees it as like, oh, you know, you're dissing me or I don't know, or you're talking shit about me. I'll go after you or whatever. It's like, dude, it's not like that. But maybe
yeah.
that's what he thinks. And
Like this time last week, I had a stream called and I named it "Fuck You, Mike." That's basically saying "fuck you for not going live." Basically, I guess I should have
yeah,
named it like that, but I didn't. Ali Jenny timed in. She's like, "Oh, Mikey's doing this at the moment." Blah blah blah. I guess explaining what his actions were for not going live. But I'm thinking to myself,
yeah,
"Oh, I didn't mean it in a malice way. I just this is just my title. It's just a title. It means nothing. You know."
mhm.
But I don't know. Like this time, that's why I named it different. This time, I was like, "Where you at, dd88?"
But he hasn't. Usually she chimes in and at least says hi, but she hasn't
Oh yeah,
said hi. So I'm assuming they're probably talking behind the scenes. I don't know
yeah.
whatever
There's no
happened.
telling.
Because like I said some shit in the private chat last night on Drickies with Mac, like, like here's my info or whatever, like, because I noticed like there's some issues where sometimes like one of us will go live and then the other person will be going, where's everybody else or whatever? Like you got to connect with them or whatever. And I'm like, everyone seems to have Tricky's info. So I'm like, or I don't know, I'm like, Max seems trustworthy or whatever. I'm like, I'll give him my info or whatever. He was friends with Avery. I was friends with Avery back in the day, but he was just like, no, kind of like just kind of ignored it. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I've had that before.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah.
Uh,
So I guess so what's the program? No, YouTube been boring. Yeah, I know. I don't get no one's we've had some decent people pop in here in the last hour for this channel. On
oh
both
yeah.
sides. Frankie, Cat, um
Smokey come
no,
here.
yeah, Smokey chimed in. Um Truth was doing a lot of fun talk in the chat. Um yeah, but
I counted
I don't
like
know.
at least 40 views, so this will probably be like 100 views, if that.
Yeah. I guess people, for whatever reason, they're just. I don't know why people go silent. It seems these days on the weekend. The weekend is when shit's supposed to kick off.
Oh no,
Uh,
it depends mainly the topic. We're basically discussing like literally amongst each other. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
yeah,
like
but this is also kind of like a low key like side channel, like that people don't really know about. Or they probably won't even click on it for the most part. I don't know. Smokey, like I would have gone to Smokey's, but he went. You said Don's live, right? I don't know, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I
Don and
guess
his
if
music. It depends, I guess, who hits the link. If like
yeah, I don't know. I've never really gone on his. He just likes to have a laugh. I think, right? Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. It's kind of. I kind of want like some better entertainment.
He'll
So,
play music and just crack jokes, or not really
that's yeah.
jokes.
No,
Just
I could
mainly
do that on my. I can do that on my own. Fucking.
yeah.
Uh, fucking. I could.
Professor's another one where you could have a crack at him, and he won't take it serious. He doesn't take it serious.
Oh, he
You could
doesn't.
troll him.
Yeah,
You could
no, I've
troll
had
him
a
on
crack at
panel,
him
and you
before.
know,
He doesn't care. Yeah,
yeah,
but he's a bit of a weirdo in terms of like what Chubbs was saying. I'm like, yeah, we'll fire that guy from the fucking Hornets. That guy's done. If
yeah,
what he said, like that's just fucking terrible. About like what the fuck is? I still want to talk to him about that shit. Yeah, I'm like,
oh yeah,
I gotta have like people don't take the HR very seriously, but HR is the one you want to be the most
yeah,
afraid of.
yeah,
That's the one. That's like when you call in like the fucking you know the special power. All right, we'll bring HR into the room. Let's see what HR does. Uh,
yeah.
you gotta, you gotta not go down that road to the professor. That's for sure. That goes for anyone. I'm just fucking around. I don't know. Sorry, I'm boring you. All right, well,
Oh
probably
no.
probably call it. I guess if you want,
Oh
whenever you
yeah.
want.
I'm at the 2 hours. Cause I was only gonna do like 2 hours or whatever, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, no one popped up.
Yeah,
Uh,
but the views are like in and out. Like, dude, I'm at 5, I'm at 7, I'm at 6, I'm at 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it goes back up. 5, 5, 4,
if
3,
there's
2,
one
1,
thing
5,
I've
4, 3, 2, 1.
noticed too, it's a lot of times it's not the same person. So like if you only get like 5, 6 views, let's say on average, like that are watching the stream, people assume it's like the same like 5 or 6 that are like in and out. But no, it's actually like people that like from across the board that are jumping
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
listening, see what's going on, but then they jump out. So it's like, yeah, then you see like it's like, wow, it's like, okay, like 100 people like fucking saw this shit or whatever. Yeah. That's when it's like, oh, you were lurking and you said this and they said that or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But people, everyone sees shit. Hmm? You cut out there.
I said 140 fries. So everybody check out from fries.
Oh, you're all broken up. Like, if it's something important, you can type it in the private chat. But you're all like roboto, kind of like robotic right now. No, I don't hear anything, dude. You cut out after have you seen?
Oh, dang.
Oh no, now it's good. Yeah, if if you talk right now. Nah, it's still no. Now it's come back to shit. I think it's probably just better to kill it. I can't hear you.
But all right, man. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, like go live in 2 hours if you're still around and no one else is live. All right, cheers.
Oh yeah. No, and everybody in the chat, thanks for chiming in for the whatever is little five guys. I just did a 2 hour deal. But thanks everybody for popping in and shit like that. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I don't know who's live at the moment. Most likely Don. I'm not sure what he's doing. Music or panel. I'm not sure. I'm gonna find out here in a bit. Y'all have a good one.